that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God. Thank you. We now come to the oath of office, the official oath. And in the same vein, you say after me, you mention your name after I say I, and then everything else, you just repeat what I say. I, do in the name of the Almighty God, swear thou that all times well and truly serve the Republic of Ghana in the office of so you mentioned, if you're an ambassador, you say ambassador. So it's High Commissioner or Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary. And then you insert your country. So let's take that again. I do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Ghana in the office of, and that I will uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana as by law established. So help me God. Okay. We'll take the final oath. It follows the same pattern. So when I say I, you mention your name, and when I say holding the office of, you mention your designation. I, holding the office of, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties or as may be specially permitted by law. So help me God. Thank you. Congratulations.
Yes, it was not the result we anticipated. The efforts we put in, we thought that we would have won that election. As it is, a lot of things happened, some of which I'm sure we'll discuss. And you have seen our petition to the IGP in the nature of the violence that happened there. So a lot of factors played a role in our laws. But we have embraced the results, but we demand that certain actions be taken. The campaign itself was very coarse. Some very inflammatory languages were used. If you talk about what the national chairman of the NDC came there in a rather coded way, talking about how is it that the power belongs to the NDC technically, and so therefore are able to do whatever it is, including being able to seize and reallocate the concessions belonging to our candidate, a way of, appealing to galamseyers, which we know a lot of galamsey goes on in Akwatia. The effort is to streamline it, make sure it's legal, but then in its present form, it's injurious to all of us in our society. But then they found a way to leverage that. I think the national organizer was in the constituency. In a rather uncharacteristic manner, calling on the president to seize all operations. And these are coded conversations that are appealing and trying to extract vote from people who are engaged in illegal activities. And then on the day, you saw what confrontation happened unprovoked by the vice chairman of the NDC, our senior brother, Sofu Azoka, who in a very violent way accosted an individual who had not said anything to him except to give an interview give his view or report of what is happening. And then he accosted him, abused him in the manner he did, and then his people slapped him. And today, as we speak, he's home. He's probably watching us on TV. And you're wondering, what is this? The implication of that is that it heightened the tension in the environment, and in most likely situation created fear and panic for most of the people who could have come out to vote and not to come out. And we believe that our victory lay in turnout. And if people had come out in the manner we anticipated, would have won that election. But a systematic effort by the NDC to suppress the vote. The build-up to the election, you saw the tension that was created by the NDC, talking about they're bringing the Black Maria, they're going to arrest this, instilling fear, creating a certain heightened environment where you have to be bold to go there. When in a democracy, we should open up the space for citizens to go out and exercise their franchise in a very solemn way, reflective way, seeing that who they are going to elect has consequence on their well-being and the governance of the space. But they recklessly campaigned in the community. I've seen them sharing money all over the place. That played a key role. Our people went there to canvass. Just on the heels of them leaving, the NDC went there. Okay, our people didn't give them money, but the NDC went there, gave everybody. It's a community of 50, 60 people. The NDC went there, gave everybody 200 cedis. On the day of election, the NDC was sharing 1,000 cedis apiece, 500 cedis apiece. But the point is that we think that the NDC is abusing the state power that is vested in them by the citizens. Okay. They are using the power of state against the citizens.
We owe to ourselves a responsibility to ensure that the election was peaceful. We owe to ourselves that responsibility. It was not because the MPP did anything extraordinary to aid that, but it was because we owe to ourselves. Being in power, at least today, we have demonstrated that you can have by-elections without violence, something we have never experienced under President Akufo Darko. Now, it was political because that's the nature of our constitutional democracy, and the rule of law being a fundamental pillar of our democracy dictates and demands that there should be people's representation through the People's Representation Act. And in that, as political parties largely being spoken about, the fact that they have to be political parties, and the contemplation was that within the demarcations of what constituencies mean, that a person should emerge from and within that constituency to represent that particular constituency in terms of decision making at the national level. So the argument that we have overstretched, we have high numbers, is flawed. It departed from the contemplation of what our laws, what our constitution expect of us in terms of people's representation in parliament. The people of Tamale Central, right, cannot be represented by an MP in Efutu. You have to have the people of Efutu voting for a particular candidate to represent them. And in there, political parties play a very key role to engineer the arrival of these decisions where we have a particular person who represents that constituency. Through internal elections, then we have general elections, and then one person emerge. So to even say that because you have a number of seats, do not contest other seats is flawed. Let me assure you, even a by-election that will come, the NDC, if we take a decision by leadership to want to contest, we will contest that seat. We will not bow out of any seat because we have a lot of seats. I wish we have, 190. We currently have 180, 89. Yeah, I wish that we have more. And even if we don't take more in the general election, we will take more seats from the MP.
afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us on TVXYZ and of course on Power 97.9 FM. And then Bobu Suming Nida Toso Anang Yamama Makwaba way inside politics. Jumedi and Ayade Erebramonede Fiti Sabre Copimson on Siambebono. And near my sin no quarry council. Near was a yakana or Mafuinamu Musem no. Young Abetanasi Ayedi Musem Erebram. Midi Akora Kofi Darko. And me and a meeting nama tinamama the capacity man Mugabe Mase. It's a mina midi Jumadi Huchiame. Yamamakwa Bebium na Jumadino number of affiliate stations across Ghana. And Yamanone, woman in a wanga for Jumadibi. Na Obibe Bisa say no your focus here the Yaberge Niako so the process leading to the removal from office of the former Chief Justice and who sent some NFA former Chief Justice Sophia Kufo Ninsema Wabeka after the removal of Madam Gertrude Eraba Sabat Tokonono and also Yadi Husem Ebebramo because she was part of the processes lady na yedi Tokono efiho so ebanidenti NFA after the removal no nankasa aba out na kamia say she's sort of not agreeing say yenge yino edi efiho issues na we will delve into it near pair who answers ewom enti na we abrey and also yensema yebeka. Of course on Tuesday, that was on 2nd September 2025, history abakosem esi wakwetia Eastern region has to do with say a by-election was held and then the ruling National Democratic Congress, they said they are not leaving any stone unturned, any opportunity, least chance at NDC Fusi Wabenya, Sebekwakoba Sebe by election. They take advantage of any circumstance and another situation abeba. Na wonge wini anaso Wabekwako Jesa Kongwana because according to them, they are here to serve the people and making sure say Wabeya Bakosem no na wanganya majority ni biaka ho. Inti sesi ano wanga ICD even 2/3 nimpo. Inti any decision the NDC as a political party having a majority in Ghana's parliament, they can take as far as our constitution and our democracy is concerned. Wamo ebe taking such chance. Inti akwetia on Tuesday, I was there myself and the process is nina ekosu kama. Inti lawyer Bernard Bedu onon wedding kunim ewo hono ma enche wadi nimbabe promo Ghana parliament na Chairman Hene, Speaker of Parliament, Orban Sumanakis for Bagben, as sworn in as an MP for the people of Akwetia constituency in the Eastern region. And also said the process is in Nakoi. Near I was there in Tino. Best reportage, best analysis, and the Musem Yinano. I am here this afternoon. Say the Musem Bemamu. Ebinu say what say you wakase when ye woho. It in Yamini Huyeno. And no Nameka Wasem. Yanko bebia yemma yemmebu amade meka nsem bi emeka ise ne ayebeka no na nye no kware no because near wo ho entiene no so fact no ebekirem adwumadi eye no kware trodo eye truth accuracy and yedi mamude biarada. And the president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, don't forget between 2012 and 2016 na edinga Ghana fo Edima John Dramani Mahama, our president then was President Oyakwang. Omapenina Oyakwang. That was the name of Ghana for Edimano. And in 2016, Yakoto Abani Wieno, people were like, John Mahama say, Oyakwang, why you way, Niamani Huye, Entiento Abantiano, into Manfu. 8-year propaganda, 8 years in Quarry. To the extent they say, I quite remember there was this issue between the current president John Dramani Mahama and then ex-president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, where John Dramani Mahama kai say, Excellency say why ya kwani jojo no wo mamuntino. Then time say Akufo-Addo, oko campaigner, okwani ye intino order. Dasa nto hu say John Dramani Mahama yi ya kwang den. Okay no, Akufo-Addo say debi, enya no kware. Na yenya kwanye ewo memu enti enu su be ye issue kese ewo memu na nam so ma in 2016 the NDC led by John Dramani Mahama then lost the elections to the then candidate Akufo-Addo, ex-president of the Republic of Ghana. In 2016 womu bai womu ka chei say wo be year of road 1, year of road 2, year of road 3, year of road 4. In 8 solid years, no, they were unable to complete even Akwanbi and John Dramani Mahama started. Let me talk about Accra. I mean, other regions. Obijek Bill Lamte Honmo overhead there. John Dramani Mahama started here. And he lost the elections in 2016. 2024, Yanga Kotuaba. Up to now, John Dramani Mahama, Asanga Bebium, he is now completing that project. You know? So you see, the year of road 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 8 solid years of a Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, an NPP government, they couldn't. Yesterday, John Dramani Mahama, a good president, Obia on metu project bia, ni predecessor bi aye, or because on Tuaso, and Tiose, from Pokuase to Insawam, a major roader, Ghana Funyana Yakan Wasem, Ashenkafupo recently, 1 by 13 years, say government no ame Shekwangna Nyama Wonga. And they obey demonstration, and the government of John Dramani Mahama being a listening government, Nankasa once more be once more chief of staff, once more na abedi Professor Nana Jenopoko Ajiman, and once more obi biaraka kese DC yawa masaman, and I said Ganoff, the two of you, and I said your war is a woman of the G Philibert Nipa 3 in Kamunkongore, he being the president, and owo ding did I say oya kwangno. Ose na nkasa beko nti okọ honum ekohwe wakasa wo ho achirem eka wo mu nyina eka achiri nyina no John Dramani Mahama make sure say wo betua sesika no e dia ma contractor no se ne be ya obewie kwan no e dia ma all of us ye Ghana fo nyina na ehu ahare ye de nu amane bo ebebremo e wo dwumade so, and of course na nkasa nso ehwe say some 18 people are omu ye Ghanaians. John Dramani Mahama say they should go and represent the people of Ghana in various countries across the globe. And then anope yara wa commission woman nyinara to the woman nyina so won de bia ahye hunsem. So eno no so hunsem e wa hanom a ye de ebebremo. Ma pamfo beba as usual ye banya panelists ye be discuss issues no na ye husenia woman so won adwenkyere eti ene adwumade ye very packed. Of course, you're streaming live on Facebook. You're TVXYZ Ghana, TVXYZ Ghana, and the Power 979. Ewo Facebook, uko X so, and also ko Instagram, any baby biara be pacha honso you're streaming live. Ewo honumunti ene sene jumadino ebeko afa enenti joining me. Brahma Tanasi Matine Mama Mugabe Mansei na mini ubenu ni nyina no. Yen dwedwo man Ghana ho. Nyama pa bang no oriye. Nana Musunti, the good people of Akwetia in the Eastern region. What can me say? They will vote for the NDC because Wapepuntunyuma. They will vote for the NDC because Wampek Galam say Akwetia Bium. They will vote for the NDC because economically no Nyama Kofem no. Yedi Husem Nina Ebebremo Ewojumediso. Once again, me did Akora Kofi Darko. Yenjoy Huntia. Enkoje ngabwa fun krato sima yebesanga ba na ede jumedi na tuaso amamo. You welcome back. This is Inside Politics on TVXYZ and of course Power 97.9 FM with me Akora Kofi Darko. Yenfiase na yemfa issues no emramo ne akoso ne trende ne ye no kware trodo no na ye de hu sem ebemamo. Oman ma ye we yenim se yen atemu djuma no judiciary no se kobasa the executives omanpanyin atnai the legislature parliament efeli and the financial security no wanga mwayanga bia ye beko as a last resort ewo maimu has to do with the judiciary. Enti abang bia ro beba no abang no make sure say or interfere with judiciary no wanga jumedi. But in the last 8 years, and now let me say 8.5 years ni, when the Akufo-Addo administration took over from 2016 back in 2024 no yengu hunyama akoso ewo mangana yenga temu jumanum. and Ghana fu ankasa ede din bi ebeto the judiciary for won so na edin a wode to won so no won say wo fra won unanimous FC ani won mu kwa asemi a won mu kwa asetena jinai a court ne besi no anka abeye se Ghana fu ankasa enim se ne arikoyi se ne bekwa kowie ni, and indeed the verdict and assensus so biara be fi judiciary ebeba no na se ne Ghana fu be kano na se abemu anisa se ko bai se jedi trust ewa yan judicial service man say yan judiciary no emu no the good people of Ghana no ase woni jedi wom etini nyina no ekwa for the last 8 years no na they don't really have trust ewo oman Ghana yan atemojuma. So John Dramani Mahama leading the NDC in opposition womu kan se bi womu say if Ghana fu yemma won akwenya na yeto abani mawa the trust and as a hope and jedia yenye wo yen judiciary no emu akofem no they will make sure say they will reset yen judicial service no edi amayen because mint na ha enka se menya asem na memfa nko asem ni bia na at the end of the day no me a meeting chenga na so bi o tinje no ba so Kofi ana Akora ana wuli wasem yi ebeba na wie no ha ana susu no se na be kwakoye, and indeed na koye sa enti wo say ebo se wo ba wo be yen sachirai the reset honum nso so edi amayen se na won a reset Ghana nyina amayen a yen se generally no niam akoso ye di amayen. So Ghana fu bi and Ghana ni di shibi e kire won adwene e twere nkrata go anase wo fa won twere dua e twere niam e di go nkrata so di goma John Dramani Mahama se wo say enam biara ebe prowa e ya na nitinu ene dikan cause honum ene ye gi adwe ni nyinara meti he mi sem America nyina no ubetwe ne ho ansa na waka enti adwene no se bitafrache nye adwuma yi a your decision ene gina ya obesi bia no e ya na se be ye se nkoye no e ya na eto ape se koba se bio adwene no enwini ya. So Ghana ni bi ehunu se oman Ghana yangate mujuma no emu no opanyina otim se chief justice no ohunu se no nini ya ni niama bi enkoso ye enti no or the petition come His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say onso mwe no nam so imfanyi ye dan chief justice imfafiri ho esa na adwuma nso ani sana petition kire John Dramani Mahama being a Democrat, knowing the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana edin sem nyina ekoma eye wonga wa motonefo ewo abamu say wo musom esa na Constitution ni kire say so be a public servant obi a head of any state institution ni pese yetuna ye de nkrata ye de petition ni brawa wo bedan edi ama wonga wa motofo na wo wonga tenase na wonga hwese nia wode abenu nyina so bi wom anase nyina so biara enim etisa no ye eno dan eyesa petition nyina edi ma wonga wo behwe sa adwumade ne so wo so ekotenase ena wo so wo san form eye another constitutional body, a committee said they should sit down and look into the petitioner. This a Ghanaian gentleman Eddie Abbey na one should say in semno ye be who say e wanyina so ene no so womu eye enti womu nya nipa bi including Madam Sophia Ekufo, a former Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, because as I speak to you she's one of the members of Council of State. One of them to Mampanyin Efono, Madam Sophia Ekufo, a part of them. Into committee, yet set up say, Yanko Shisha, a Justice Araba Isabato Konunin Samno Emono, na a Yadisa Sophia Ekufo, Ekahumbi. Committee members in Yinano, woman in a name defo, a lawyer for a wanga being. They are not just Mumfacha me say bia meka say bia ordinary Ghanaian bi keke enim defo ne de wom koe ana womu ekotena se ebobo nsem no huya enene yenga bedum pempensu a sa committee no edi nyina so koma John Dramani Mahama based on womu recommendation no John Dramani Mahama edi nsa hyase no chem said then Araba is about to kono yen etumi establish a prima facie case e wo mu say nia waye nti ensem fata so betena ho se chief justice e wo yemamunti kona kotena nchen. And that was decision young eteki here. Don't forget to say ansana omampanyin beteki final decision you know. Send me dika no committee araba isaba tokono no owo nipa bi wo ho a won bekwa kokasa either say they are for or an against. See bekasa man say oh yamani ntinase even though e bia yega hu say nema bi nkoye ananso say yenyi ni free ho esan say yega hu say nema bi enkoye eti nipa bia wo kokasa bi edima a former chief justice no Madam Sophia Ekufu nankasa so former chief justice okokase bi edima no now ye wie bribi biara ena John Dramani Mahama o mampanyin anu na constitution ni man ho kwanza obetimi sisi aginan no achem say madam enyame na mikai but senia 1992 constitution no akere na wankasa nso unimu hu bi not the same process ni so na munam ye na former electoral commissioner madam Swalato say na no podi yenya faceless people who petition the president nipa ye hu won anim yenim won din yenim se won ye mia na se marimba se bitafra che se won ye nipa tintitiatia yenim won mu yusu sankrofo no edi yi Swalato say edi fi ho eyimpo de yenu hu obi wayi nanim sebio onya bosom sebio onyo bia yebeka se yenim no oye ganani etisa process na so ne yengafa ma yenam 1922 constitution ne so article 146 na so ne yenam ena yemi hu se wodi mpo di mfunso abem entino kona kotena nchen then nipa uka hu a committee ni bi mu nyina mu ko seti up se yenhwehwe nsem no mu a mukura mudi amanebo aba abeka kire yense yenhu se indeed former chief justice no nimnyama bi oye no wanye ne yie eti enyini fi no wukuru ya asanga down ho abeka se debi eni hu kwanza yenu efiro as a chief justice so asembisa miri bisa uganda ni ohweme na wa onsusu a otiemi wo radio so sabre eni se Madam Sophia Ekufu aso edentia ena nipa baako obegina one side then within a minute no wasan kogina another side aso eyedenga nsam nankase na sebita frache onu ontia sia na ananso so sebita frache she's been say bia beka say oya ye amanyosem ana this is because John Dramani Mahama and then the NDC fo wonga ma wakwenya sebeka wonga wabeto mampanyin efono eho eye council of state you are a member of the council of state ana wokro ya no wakoswai akere Ghana fuse woniema wokasa jinaya mu besi biara no eya disem ubeka no kware e dia magana fo so jinaya mu besi as a council of state members no no kware trodo pobiara mu bekwa kwose baby ebebo no mu nyinara mu beje atum eti process ni nyina no na unnim hu bi ni akoso nyina no aso eden na asesa enti afei ni ade a ka ho ye nga ye bi na ye nya wie no efe di wa begina abeka se da bi eni nkwase ye ni sa eye se amanyosem se na medika kan no aso se bia uwi eya yese uya MPP ni ana eya sembisa na meribisa Ghana fangasa ana wori bisa osasem ni we efri se banifu ka asem bi wo se ye nam banu ne ekosum efri a ye nipa banu yi ana se bi o sa chichere ana ye ngafri etumi akire na ana wo se ye nipa banu ye tumi ko ne ekohwe na me ne huntimi nko se kokram nko bopo na wu sambe cha na so nko gina baabi aso busum kete no sabita frache wo na ubeka se no chena no wasan dan wa no eyeden asem eyasem bisa tititia ana ohunu se upeso bowura honom na koye council of state member na bia gina e bia abang no besi na bia ebekwa akoba say oh ene yenye ne se no ofa akiri akoka kire mkrofo ana eyasem bisa eyasem na meri bisa because I mean nwa metuni ho a entiase no me nhede hu ye committee no na mkosi sa agina ye no to afedi ebane den etia use nia president anase nia bang na ye no oni won enya adwene outcome ni nyina no processes ni nyina yenga famu ni nyina mu etisisia no eden nesi Madam Sofia Kufu Mikaita mana uya Chief Justice Nema biara yebeka wo mamu bia no na mu dimra na mu koti yen Nema biara yebeka na mu se mra no ni se na mra naka eyi na mra naka ana obi so aba president fufura ba eno na mra ne so obi nsusu ba no no podi oyo lawyer ni mra no bebre wo mamu wanfa nya adwuma wanka ho asem wetimi amohu wa former national security minister Orakanda Pabeka chere se mukokot na asem bia besi bia mu ye yinu sa unanimous FC ni sara eba ne sa no ye bemu se na de no e one side dodo uwo memu as a former CJ eden asem no tumi ka fa sa asem that allegation a eye kanda pa make against tokono any ni team ni nyina no eden asem no ka fa ho o je dise sanka NPP fu na wa ban mu asabio obi a yesusu say oye NPP no they were allowed him say anahe so make joining this council of state ana nebe kwa tena se kobopo na fe wa fe akiri abaka sisa ni se asenia adina yare ye no mum pese man no yenya nsatere mapa mum pese ne makoso yie asenia mu hunu se sila yanga ne ye wo ho enti yentina se ne yenya ni saa no Sofia Kufu tabi uka process no ho ana mo ya bepim sa bre ya afedi wadan wachi obeka si dabi why uya ya mai se betafrate bia won aka se ena midi metrim ho afi manase minka ho ana anansu se ni ameritete amuso ya beye bibia ya betumi bia se ne be ya NDC and then John Dramani Mahama after 4 years and they will go into opposition then tokono beba biam it won't happen never I am telling you for a fact yan kan no kware mfa kire tumi mwana mukai say 1992 constitution no o se tumi no e wo yan Ghana for yansem it said tumi no wo minsem dia me na mepone hu kakra bi dia mawo safa bedi manim kan na tutu niam fa mame etimahu say the last 8 years no ekufado wa mone hu moden oni bawmia wonga bon wonga sel man no enkoye etime me se mi fa mkukromoti no emfa satumi ni mamu biom enti yenga yi wonga sinchen eti edi bema John Mahama enne yenga ye no the supreme leader of this country eti jinaya wesinu yesi yempa unanimous FC biara biom enuti ono nusu dimra nusu pepepe nti afedi de na bai mami munyai saniema no yamebum na yariba no yesuso wanamo na yedi akire yesuade yebesuade papa ni mamu fa mu medada yembiom emeka se na wokaso bi lawyer ne anase jaja na se ubesuro no amase dabi yebesua mra ni bi ni aka no kware no susa sansem kroyamo and a deputy attorney general justice Slemsai waba bonten about responded to Madam Sofia Kufu the former chief justice one Justice Slemsai young guy very smart and sharp guy one when respond out there mouth very brilliantly, very sharp. And this someone was on point. Catch us a process a woman nam soon nano, na you quoting one of us and unlike Muya Charlotte say no, I am faceless petitioners no. Yanko Neko Tinsema, Deputy Attorney General, Justice Srimsai, net de bro on in some traffic common Yanko Neko TV.
Make a choice as a country, as a people, okay, as to the standard which we hold public officials. We need to make a choice. My understanding of the Honorable Retired Chief Justice argument is that not that a wrong has not been committed, but that a wrong was committed, but it is a kind of wrong which should be allowed because of the person or the office involved. We were in this country, okay, I think it was when Parliament approved the spouses of presidents to be given some monies or emoluments. The issue went to the Supreme Court, whether it was valid, right? I think the Supreme Court decided that there is a process through which you should go to include persons, and that so long as that process has not been followed, you cannot say that it is lawful to make such payments to the spouses of presidents and the vice president. This is even after Parliament had made a recommendation. You know, it was tested in the Supreme Court, and that was the outcome. So, why should it be that the president can't at will give money to people? Even Parliament cannot at will give money to people, spouses or family members of the president, and then in another case, we would say that it is, you know, we should. And the question of, I said it's a question of standards, you know. Maybe it is, we have to make a choice as a country whether we want our leaders to be excused from some of these things so that they can do it, and then we just ask them to return the money. Recently, where I sit, I prosecute people, okay? So many people in this country, when they commit a certain crime, we jail them 5 years, 10 years, and all. So if the position is that we should excuse leaders or those who are at the top of the, let me call it the political food chain, to do certain things without holding them to account, we can adopt that as a country. And if the other school of thought is that for persons who are at that level, they should even be held to a higher standard, in the sense that they know, they know and ought to know that this should not be done, right? So if they allow that to be done, we have to decide that we will leave them to go or not. But I believe that the standards have been considered by a panel of 2 Supreme Court judges and 3 other persons, with the former, you know, auditor, you know, general. I would defer to their, you know, conclusion as against their appreciation of the standard as against the former Chief Justice. It's a question of whether a wrong was done, and I don't think that the argument before the committee was one of whether it should be remedied or not. The committee, what I understand the committee to have said from their conclusion is that it is something that ought not happen, and it happened. And so the conclusion was that if you know, it's stated misbehavior. The stated misbehavior simply means that something which you shouldn't have done, considering where you are. You know, so it shouldn't have happened. Whether the former Chief Justice received it or whether she gave it, it shouldn't have been done.
Where a deputy chief of deputy attorney general, and if obia oshe abang nimra ehu esem so nyina justice same sai and watching mu pefedi amaye no enti so fire kufu wankasa so nim didaw process no na ye krochen wanga nya bibia on toward bia nkoka se ngo bon twechie bi mfafa baby no the process na no munam so as obusum kete no ye bekwa ko gina baby enne otia no mo wa chatare kokko within a minute na ko atare fita empese ye beka no kware wo mamu no kware no Ghana funim etina ukọ akwatia nipa bi ko yeze o ani yenko kika say nana ya okumi court nsenseminti ana ema obre eni yaudi ebehye nana ya eneskumi so ema auditor nana no munsiado sade no obi na kokohina na kokan 2024 flag bearer ema NPP amanyoku no Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ena kokan wakwetia wenchi important titiri ena ko gina kokan sasem no eti maminka nkyerɛw no kware ne yebeka kyere Ghana fo eti senia deputy AG Justice Swemsai ede eyimwai ede ama no Madam Sofia Akufo yesrew emma ma youth no ye meka se sabi uye mami onka no kware mi se emme meka se onka no kware no uye nsusu dia ne yebeka kyerɛw medaso maminko akwatia by election eba so Tuesday ya ne by me na me wo hobby akwatia by election so no mi kiremu ne nenen onyankopon adumti almost by election ebeba so wo memu anase ne aba so dodo a etwam no ne ebeba so bia mikobi eti mahu by election munsem eti ya kan by election munsem a minimie pa akwatia by election yekodu akwatia na mahu se akwanga huru bi ewo akwatia baton pesane so na wori ye hu adwuma as a contractors ewo kwan ne so enti woguso wori ye akwanga huru not a single project but na doso so me ya maduni say mebisa munsem se etiden aso bra eye Ernest Yakumi efimu no ansa na wo mefiase se wo be yi sa kwan na se wo be construct those roads ana me as a broadcaster and a journalist me kan sem biada ama me meka zi asema me kan no na nya no kware mini emia mpanyifu makumaku be yidu ena twetwe nkomo ewo biaya NPP office ewo won achipe no amu hwe ya news no ye di sama ne bonu bremo biaya NPP office wo won achipe wo fi bi mu wo ho ena me ko yes interview no it's on tape, it's on record. Kofi Abrante ene twae ana me report here and mame mpanyimfo no nsema wo mu ka kire me eni wo mu say February and March obusumi ni mu wafi we mu after the confirmation of their district executive no ana papa no disi no wo ho no oma sa contractors ni ba honom sa kwanga wo honom nyina no wo mu nyeden wo mu enye mfama adisia wo nga wo ho so eye match ton Nana Yakumi ewu ye just last 2 months na se ya no free mu enti mi koti a no wonder oboni mebi wo mu se den ye beto aba ninti ena ye pese ye adese no krokro de John na ye kwanu mfama won se ne be enu be nyina so na wodi ato aba no dia ma the ruling NDC mami nchirem se enanti se tama na MPP fo ewo abemu anamo nkoye ewo kumewunu no nanti sa men America sa asem we baran udi mi ba metua sansem so dia ma dobo nyuma na okojina ho anokotena ni studio noko kai say oh ye beto abaninti no aban efiase e construct some roads e wakwatia constituency no reporter na minim se wo mu ka kire ni say den o na wo ka kire ni say onko no nko hwe san se wo susu se abatu ni ti na ye koye sa roads no One representative our Eastern region, Akwetia to be precise, Ebekacha was a no. And yet about to ninti nembom na dwumadi no won afiase di dadaw. Yanko hwe sa report no niamra na minka se minkyerɛw.
Earlier on, when we came here before the polls, we got here yesterday when the by-election was ongoing. We saw that this particular road and various roads within Takrase and Kusi was under construction. After the election, people are wondering whether these constructions are still ongoing, and we have come out to find out that indeed the construction is ongoing. We've been to Takrase where the contractor is still filling the roads, and we got to Kusi, the hometown of the father of Bernard Bediako, and we've seen that indeed the construction is also ongoing over here. At Takrase, what we were told is that the contractor is still mobilizing resources to continue with the filling of the roads. And also at Kusi, we've seen the tractor leveling the grounds, and we have seen trucks also coming in with the gravels to ensure that the machine will be able to level the ground. We spoke with the contractor off camera, and the information it gives us is that the roads within Kusi and Takrase was actually awarded to a contractor 7 years ago, and it was abandoned. And then this particular government took office 8 months later, and they awarded the contract to a different contractor, and they moved to site on Monday. That was a few days to the polls, the by-election in Akwetia, and they have been able to work diligently so far. And he tells me that what they are doing has nothing to do with the by-election, according to the contractor's own words.
Eti eyi eya manebo a yenua no multimedia fo ekoye before and even after the polls, after the elections, ewo Akwetia uko sabia e hono Takrase ene Kusi hono na nkobi beka se ene ankadisia won hono yemu won ntinke yenya won saa utia report ni ya. This same reporter can say NPP for awarded sai hono no 7 years ago, 7 solid years ago, but wanga nyi juma no, but obiaba busume nwotwentem pepepe and awarded the same contract no edema different contractor, and a woman fiase every year anyenra even before Batu Krabe Basso. It is one na any Wabaka Sembi na what their dada Kwetiafo no one can say me pacho na NPP as a political party no one message awa Kwetia one message even at Bodia Lorry Station Honoma nka honum de biara da woto aba wo honoma NPP fu no wini e wo sabodi ha no honum wo mu lusu ye wo mu lusu honum almighty wenchi no wonim se wo beka sem na gegegege previously meko Akwetia ena meko bisa ise adenti na yeto aba achimu wenchi honum no NPP fu tai wini wo ho ni omofo na aka kire menin womu se ehonum no esan se ehonum ye NPP dominated community nti obi beto aba ni wi a na wa fa ikiri ho na ink no indelible ink no akofa ikiri ono akopa bibi no de abepipa eti anytime ye beto aba ho honum awie no NPP anya base 100%. Nti obi bebi say in 4 solid years in term anaso se ye kotwere ye nding se ye beto aba before aba to no bedru so no sebi tafra tempa fu vantami obi enfrim obi anso ntukwan womu kwa free no so eye BVD machines na womu du hono ma etimi verify obi a finger NTMPP hono no womu tumi to abana over 100% womu nyane sa. Is that the case? Akwetia by election, whilst the indigens nankasa monfu nankasa ekase they don't like galamsey anymore. No, the MPP is preaching say, Olua Solomon, Asumeduno, Oyobi Oya Minor, into Babua youth no, Mama Mine. Udru Akwatia Kroma, Kron Kroman Kasan, and yet, if you ever say, we're baby. Galamsey activities. Ubuntu wonga to fam wo. Ubisa wonga wabaka chiro say, uke biara the then administration uka homu say there be. And when you be or you one parliamentary candidate and he's into mining, san waka say illegal, I say illegal, I don't know, but homu say he's into mining. And na yenyina yese yensu wahoro erise wo mamunti yenya galani tuno na womu de womu guso. So, one of the police station ebey akwatia Wedia lorry station ho. Womu se hono so no eye biaya womu omoti hono omu tu fam agudi ewo hono. They are into mining into hono ebo awia anasa nunumbo pa hosima aduanan anum 545 pepepe ena hono ye kinkan wieye. So NPP ewini hono right opposite Wedia lorry station ho. NPP ewini Yabe kinkan Wedia lorry station ankasa womu lusuye. So you see, wonga womu tiase na won aje atum se womu pampuntu womu pe galani biom no womu edisaniye ena womu to aba no ema obi a obetimi abebua won. So you see, and atim wenji issue no so no, the vigilance of NDC agents no, the usual thing ni se wobeye so yanko to aba no enko tena ba bi kakra we are copy by Yanzama Tubiono and see it won't send a gab no koye. Very big biom. A day before elections, na Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the 2024 flag bearer for the MPP no ho. Bisa who say apart from in some Koka say because of court issues in the stress, Ebre Nana Yakumia of Mutu and Anamusia the Bizanisi, Assem Bank, Assem Potimban, no Timikacha elected this one number. So if I to a Banufama, a NPP candidate, no one message. And the NDC was preaching, say, Yabama Jumaye, economy, no, the past 8 years, no, younger stabilize the economy, no, Sydney, Yamako ye, and now Ubako Guasono, Ubafushanga transportation, no, younger one so. And they were telling the people, say, especially the youth, when we say, Yadia Juma Bebemu, lawyer Bernard Bedia Kubedu, that was what he was telling the people. So you see the difference now. The propaganda, the issue of Ifei, and Nayabato Abanti, Kusi, and Itakurasi Kwang, Ifena Yaru and play any role in it. Papa Fubia Muya and Fita for almost Omuti area Moho. Many women Kasai, they told me point blank, say, they voted for someone or Betima Buagong, not the development, Baba. Now, Atimu Tibium, Zongo community be wo. Honum MPP fu Zongo funu title abanima wo ye pa. Aseba akwan wo mu ka kire me, wo mu se. Neti a wo mu ebeto abanu dia ma lawyer ni eye Bernard any say. Nia esiye ewo eye 40 days eye na wo mu ye de ma NSA community. Skamishes MPP nia ni bi ye ni ti wo mu nyina sesa won adwene. And indeed a honum so they voted against the MPP. So you see, akwetiafo and Ghana fo nyina yanga hu say wontimi magina baby medada me say we nti ebia bibi ntimi to abanfama no kware eye bakope ena no kware nso ye no kware enti akwetanse sema nipa bi beka say we ena ye yi ebinim mpo say ndisi fu de nu bi ena da bi Nanyadru. And I reported on Monday evening, I was Yanka Seboso. And Amika say, me, Marco NPP camp, Jordan Ajofa, Brandon Susono answer the betu abano, Jordan Ankasan Susono, Misasu Kopio NDC camp. And Amiko share these two major political parties, no. One preparations, and Niama Wama put in place, no. Me, and Yami Muma, set Tuesday, Nibaba Nevi, no. Na NDC wini no hiniba ana mini ni twetwe nkomo no because man, you could see the two major political parties in seriousness. So akwetia development every koso ho say yes kwadang say ayaresabia say yakwanga wori no, it did not start either Monday, Sunday, Saturday and on Friday. It was way back. It is sema warika no inya no kware. NPP for no new message. Infama akwetiafo. That is the basic truth. Now His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Eipo JDM akọ omponi ena gab no koye wide sa. Sana ba me oso pe gab no. Onim so be wini so gab no no hwe anim. Ena lawyer Bernard Bediakun edi gab na abema won ho. John Dramani Mahama se oyo bia yedidin ato ne so se oye president oye listening president. He's the president for the people. Oye president oye akwanminti. Ghanaians yes niam bi nkoye between Ofanko and Nsawam. Etini yes yanke ye be ye kire. Because na ye susu se bia na oye kire na obetie. Oni na bang no obetie. Na wonga ye bibia mayen. Bra na yeri bontrene ye se ka se free radio TV so social media so any ade no. Quickly, John Dramani Mahama said, what is happening? A major project like this, no, adding to the contractor, no, if you can't so. It's your say, Sike biara kano, near a woman biarano. Yamomo ding farmer contractor, and it's also Sikanti, anyway, if you can't so. A JDM, you'll be a sabita frache. Or you vindictive. Audio be one some eshenimu. Na on tieni manfia. Ngasa kwa ngobe yineni tisese ne kasongo manu ye the last 8 years no, but also no nti one sector minister amma sikebi akemu no wonye yi e de akoma contractor no enu achi no, he as the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces no also want to say he's not an armchair president. He's not a president who sits at his office no commanding krofuse munkonko he ntose nankasa obetu na namon akosa bia ho akohwe adwuma no se na sifa eriko na contractor no also be wi adwuma no second quarter of 2026, that will be in June next year. And if you can inform no no so yanga kire mi say Ghana for erebre nti omo mode no wi kwa no fama ye JDM no akohonom yankohwe se na okoe no ni sem bi odi tugwa no yenkotie bi.
You are welcome, Your Excellency. From Ofanko, we have a 2-lane dual carriageway with 2-lane service ways on both sides of the road, that making 8 lanes. And then we jump over, to the Pokwase interchange area around Pokwase, where we have 3-lane dual carriageway and then 2-lane service roads, making 10 lanes. Now we have a number of, we have one interchange here at Amasaman, and that is where we are presently. It is a 3-tier interchange. By way of construction, we've finished, with about 4 kilometers, of the first session where we've done asphalt, and then beyond, we've done, that is at Masama, beyond Masama, we've gone all the way to around kilometer 10. We had some challenges, in the past, but then with your support and that of the Honorable Minister, the contractor has received some funding, and for the past 2 weeks, we've been working tirelessly. The areas where we had those challenges, where we saw in the social media, we are currently almost at the level of asphalt. Per the extension of time that we've given to the contractor to next year, around the second quarter, we should be done.
Your Excellency, at the time you took office, the contractor raised a certificate of almost $78 million before NPP left power, and they did not pay him. So it was surprising that just after you took office, people were expecting that what they could not do all over that period, you will do it. But guess what, Mr. President, you did it. As of today, Mr. President, every certificate owed the contractor on this project has been paid.
There's a major arterial road in the country because it connects the 2 biggest cities in Ghana. And so any challenges with this contract affect a huge number of commuters because of the heavy traffic that passes through here. And so we were quite concerned about the complaints that were coming from the traveling public. And so we are happy to see that the traffic is flowing. I can understand what happened. A loan was taken for this project. And I don't understand why the money is finished and the project is not over. And that we're having to come and pay supplementary almost 78 million from government of Ghana funds. So that's something that we need to find out. What really happened? How come the loan that was taken was not enough? Was it that the estimate for the project was not done properly, or what happened? But I can see that drivers are happy now. And I hope that from now till when you finish the project, you maintain a smooth flow of traffic, even as you're working, so that you don't impede the flow of traffic. So we'll hold you to your word.
Wei enenia akoso ewo pokwase ni nsawam kwantipone so a wogu so a wore ye hwadwuma nti Ghana fo osimi nka chem samu kama akomantum yam hwebe kopim jum busumi ewo afifufuru no mu no 2026 no kwan no ye bewie ediama Ghana fo nyina na ye ho ahare yen ewo ehonomo yam yedamase samugu so amutie yen ewo power 97.9 FM hwe live so ewo TV XYZ so inside politics ene dwumade no midin Akora Kofi Darko, the usual voice ewo dwumade so ne me na metinemu ama Mugabi Mase enti mune yentina na ofa yen aduso no yebekọ na ye ne Dr. Panyin ofri Haksa Mr. fo won asoe akotwetwe nkomo na enu papa betumi abua yen apomodin se yafu yare edro tatahwe a Food and Drugs Authority fo won age atum no wabeka ho sem kakra dia ma ba bia ye benya bia to ene ne wose ye yenya saidu no nyina no obeka ho sem ede amaye simaduntem na yen abetena sibio na ede adwumade no yaka no atuaso ede amamo dog
Akora Darko
bimu akwaba
meje so
bibia bako
Yesu adom
mo ha sampanyefo hutiden
nyame adom na Akora ko bo adwuma wo ayipa kwatia na me show
oh lovely
na me show
mo nyame shira so eti yenkwe
mera wase mamemfa nchia ne nti akese free hack healthcare enfamre abusuafo a ene o maje mra o mo hwe na o mo san etien ewo power ana afen so TV XYZ ye ba ne say sana na medical culture say apomuden ho hyehyeye ene apomuden ho komo eno ntina ene maba wanim hanum say no menim say wonim ye ndadaw na nso arefie nti ana tambia no na yaba wonan ase na ye ne wabedi komo sane ye be ya se wo na mo how bi mu ye stomach ulcer ana etete wana say wumpono uni problem with stomach ulcer na emom no unim obi owo sa problem ne bia me pacho ene obe recommend Haksa Mishane ne capsules no na wo de ama no ama no nso so no wakope bi ato anom ama asumdie ene ya obiara ote no afri ni nipadua nim akọ empembebre no aya na ye ba wona asese ne ye stomach ulcer ho asem a aya na obi efi se ulcer de minya ulcer se ye meyam na meya keke meyam na pains bi na meeting kekenti no minya painkiller bi na mewewe na menom a na se pain ne kwa me pacho eno a ne ho asamara ne me pacho da bi enye sa na tie na emom no stomach ulcer yade a me pacho se ebesua so no wanya adro papa bi te se Haksa Misha ene ne capsules anonom ama asia ntu a obroni beka se ye potential complications bi a me paucho eche wo ho a afi no wo experience ewo ni paduanim eno na de dikan ye friend perforation na ye ka perforation na ana medical eka kire wo ne se eye onsuro nkotoa nim no onsuro nkotoa no obehwe na emu aboboni ntokuro san se emwo wa omde stomach stomach ulcer ba ɛyɛ H pylori no ɔmanya kwan abɔ ɛde awura ɛyɛ wonsono enkoto anim obɛhɛ no mo bɔne mu ntokro afei yɛde wokɔ hospital a baabi a ntokro no asɛe ɛyɛ wonsono nketewa no na yɛkɔ akɔ akotwitwa ɛwɔ hɔ nom no na afei no baabi a ɛhɔ no ɛyɛ papa no yɛka ɛde asi ani ɛde ama wo na ɛno na yɛbisa sɛ yɛnka ɛnsi ani mpo yɛntwitwa yɛmpo ɛna ɛda asɛn na yɛba bɛtwitwa mepa wo kyɛw bɔmmɔden asɛ wobɛkɔ akɔpɛ haksa mesha ɛne ne capsules yi bi anonom ama stomach ulcer na agye wo nipadua bɔ so ama sɛbio ɛkyɛ wɔ ho ama perforation no atake place no afiri wo nipadua nim na wayɛ den wakɔ ama wo so ho atɔw deɛ tɔ so mmienu a mepatɔ stomach ulcer tena wo so kyɛ na sɛ wankɔpɛ haksa mesha ne ne capsules yi bi anonom a ɛbɛtumi aba wo nipadua nim anaasɛ potential complication no ebi nso yɛ internal bleeding me pacho se stomach ulcer che wo ho na se wan hwe ne yi a wobetime anya internal bleeding eno ana obu ho no a obefe no obehwe na moja ewom obeja ne nan no obehwe na moja ewom eye ne sa na se eba ne sa na uhu moja nyina na esen a ekɔ no ebe kakra no obroni se wo beye anemic ebe he wo nipadua no moja ba kokura enu wo nipadua no obroni se wonya pale skin wo nipadua no aye hoya ye fi woni ase a ye hunu moja me pacho Raso do ko hospital a obehani e de moja eye de ekwa kosi wo so eba ne sana tambia no asa waye basa waye hatu wonyare nso wonti apo enema enkoyi mfama oni padua no me pato stomach ulcer eche wo ho a potential complications bi a obetumi enya no ebi nso no eno nti ko na kope haksa mixture and then the capsules not one on nom haksa misha and then the capsules a drone tap for your nom edit to stomach ulcer I say sima catch say a draw way no a doctor for by makon son and then yankopon a mom nim diamoma tenase a kabom edi a draw way aba bontain ne buy so ansa ya de mienu ansa ya de miensa no mom ya de ba ko pe your stomach ulcer and a draw way etimi edi free ho and to call na kope haksa misha and then the capsules be not one no nom ama bibia ayeden akoyie edi ama woni paduano me part of potential complications no so e bi ni gastric outlet obstruction me paucho ye kan sana de ye pese ye kire nyina ne se wodidi a na aduane ne ko eye wo yefunu ni mu a wo se esane kɔ wonsuro nketo anim na mom eye H pylori a me pacho omde stomach ulcer eba no eye emwa na omde stomach ulcer eba no esense omanya kwan abawura woni padua anim nti no obehe omama ba bia aduane ni esane de akonsuro nketo anim no obroni beka se ɛhɔ yɛ inflamed ɛhɔ no ahohom ɛhɔ no ase ɛhɔ no asese eni nti na aduane tɔ ye mu a senka wo se esane konsuro nketo anim no me pacho entimi nsane nkɔ wonsuro nketo anim na egusu ewa wo yefunu nim eno nti na udidi kakra bi a obo nsa ase aduane no ahyew so asa wa mea broso asa oho tete obi kura timi kase aduane ne seseme kon ho aduane ne ntimi nsane enko ni padua nim anase wo yefunu nim me paucho ko na kope haksa mishane ne capsules bi nonom ema oha we nyina no ase entu emfa emfiri wo so eba ne sana obehe obu honum a kakra bi na wafe ebu honum a kakra bi na wafe sanse aduane no ama ne ho agyira no asa aduane no ese ne so eno na obi entumi a obehe no de ne nsam yenu yi ode awura nanum a no de abɔ ne mena sese ya sebe ne wafe ne nyina e de aba abonten na eba ne sana so a mebisa se ebeye den na aduane na wudi ye no emu nupa na nka wose ye hyehyɛw ema wo ye fine ema wo ye tomom ema ye brum no ebeye den na aduane ne mu nipa mi ahyehyɛw eno nti tembia no obehe na wo so te tembia no obehe na sabio eniema enkoyie emfa ma wo check weight ne ade nti wo be check weight na wo so ate me paucho ko na kope haksa mesha ene ne capsules bi no anonom ama stomach ulcer asi atu empem bebre ne yakase anase ye bise ye ho se ade empo ne stomach ulcer yakacho se ulcer de eyekuro na ba bia beto wo ni padua nim no eho ane ye de tudin eno nti ato wo nsuro nketewa no mu a na obroni afrɛ no ɛyɛ duodenal ulcer ɛtɔ uyefuru no mu a ne afrɛ no gastric ulcer anaasɛ gastritis sɛ ɛtɔ ɛyɛ esophagus yi mu a baabi a wode aduane wura wɔ no mu a ɛfa kɔtɔ wo yam no a ne afrɛ no esophageal ulcer na mmom deɛ ɛdi ahini ɛwɔ ɛyɛ yɛman mu anaasɛ ɛtiti nipa paa ɛyɛ ekura ɛtɔ onsoro nketewa nim na asan atɔ uyefuru nim a yɛ kabom ne afrɛ no peptic ulcer na mmom no ulcer bi a wonim bia no wode yɛ kɔna kɔpɛ ɛyɛ hexamethasone capsules aduro baako entafo a mepache ye kabom nom emma stomach ulcer asie ye den etu elifri woni paduanim na ho ebeto obi bisa se eba ne sen ana me sori anopa me didi kama me sori awia me didi kama anwumre so me didi kama eba ne sen ana ekuro aba beto eye meyam anase me nsuru nkoto anim eba ne sen na me call hospital ye se manya stomach ulcer me pacho tie adidie na wo didi kama no na kwanso eye o nemom no ebia ukọ baabi enipa abodompem ebia ukọ market ebia ukọ trotro ka mu ana obia owo eye emwowo mdi stomach ulcer yi biba no H pylori mo yi biba no me pacho ukonya encounter with sa nipa no onipa ko ne bowa onipa ko ne sirinzi ya naso oye bibia ede sebio emframa ne ensuo firi ni nipadua ne mo ba abonten se no so se onipa ne ye sa na wo so ho ye no ama emwowo yi bia ede anya kwan abo ede awura wo mu enu nti ana wanya eye stomach ulcer emwowo ya omde sa oye ne eba wo nipadua ne no ye toso mienu opu on ma me pacho okọ ajanan so a wo wie na nka wo so onya samna ne ensuo na ode hohoro ne nsa eyie ema bibia eye kama no ubehe na entamu a wo penti ode nsuo ne go ne nsa so asamna nka ho na ode apepa nataliem eno ano no asande akwakoso aduanim eba ne sa na me pacho emwowo obroni from bacteria infections and say microorganisms that yan for yani enye den ehunu wo no eba ne so munya kwan ebowra oni paduanim e de wo haw e de brown kope hexamethasone and then the capsules bi na wanonom ama stomach ulcer asiye atu ede afiri wo so wo si na nsentem esanse nsuo totɔ awo abanti unu aduane si hɔ nom a ɛyɛ untwa homra no na adwo ɛba ne sa na emwowo bi atimi si so bi na ɔmo si so a ɔmo tu na ɔmo jaw ade bi a yɛ bacteria infection a me patch from H pylori the stomach ulcer ɛde ba woni padua no ɛno nti we nso yɛ kwan a yɛnya kwan anase ɛfa so ɛma ulcer mo bi nya kwan ɛbɔwre yɛ ni padua nim maame na market na odi dwa no obi beto banche obi beto no baye bia osisa free form sisa free table so edi go robam edi man no wa hohoro ne nsa ne ntime pa cho bofro to run twam na otobi na obum mienu de ba ko se na num de ba ko ma ne ba ne ntime pa cho sebio 8 pylori mo bia den aba ma me ne yem ebi nso so akone ba na o ma bofro to no ebi nso so akone yem pa cho kona kope hexamethasone ne capsules bi na wano no me pacho enu nti no sese no aduane to woyam a na woyam ye woya undidi yempa na woyam ye woya obua no hayi tokro kuto ye da honum sei emutimi tutu eye woya dendenden etore bo kwa na bo ade afo wani so ama wani so aye busibusi woti honum a untimi ntine wo mu sei woti honum na wo sori a wanhwe ya ubetwaase me pacho wotire dompetimi ye woya tutu na ama ohunam nyina aye den etutu wo kasampa untimi nkasa den wo nantimpa untimi ntia fam den a me pacho stomach ulcer ne symptoms no ebi eno no ko na kope hexamethasone ne capsules ye be no nom ema ohonto wo se na nsentem ukasa sabio no obia etunity na nsentem ukasa no obia sinhwene esanse ekro na wo yam na wo kasa na mframa efa so ba bontini ntino amana ba beja halitosis anase bad breath ko na kope hexamethasone ene ne capsules be no wanonom ama wo ho ayede atol se osa am wonya migraine utifo itimi jaw klim anaso woni padua yi efati bi sese wote se de sebe ya so eja e de ato so na ukope hexamethasone ne capsules a ho ebeto ama asumduaba ene nti yemfa no mane ntudwa na efresisi a eye 0240 23 83 10 0240 23 83 10 ana 0203 822855 0203 8228 55 babia uwo bia no fra de ebe won ebe director no akwakopa bi senso yen deliver bi ma so so a ye be deliver na so so no wanya bi anonom ama stomach ulcer ase nyina atu e de afru ni paduanim enti meka haksa mesa ne capsules a no wagye so ulcer etamfo akora nyame ensirawo bo adwuma
me da se fi era se eti opanyin of free haksa fo akache na yete se wabeka ehusem ede akere no na yebetu adwumade ne so ma me kope eye nsu bi na menum x natural mineral water me kope bi na menum na eye no kware se a former staff bi our tema development company TDC wakoton asase bi ade amane hu kani 2000 Ghana cedis ana twame me di muntiro bebra osisi a
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the N1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Na ede na ya obeyi a oda former son here funu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry also ya reya titi bi ben fie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa
Menyi ni se what also tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture yanum bom kotia also no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada also dro de eno ani Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture
ankom ni nchiremu
also ye kura eto ye funu ene ensunu mu etumi a wo ye funu ekeka wa wo de ho a enyi also etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye also de a kope Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu etu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatanya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfedum ye no enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
also tamfo edie age edwadie nkrato yi atom.
Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same property. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Obrebo eye edwumada. Ebwa eyam eduane. ɛboa eyi nsa free nipadua nim na ɛboa wo nipadua ma ɛtena ho yie na nso wonim sɛ nneɛma a yɛdi na yɛnom timi ma brɛboɔ yɛ adwumaden sen pɔtee
mehu da me brɛboɔ yɛ adwuma paa ebia sɛ sɛ mentumi yɛ biribi boa me brɛboɔ
Annie, and Winton, what the left it from the Moses Clinic, we have our center about herbal food supplement. What's it? Pan the barber, I'm a year Jumayi.
Now, any Juma.
Fatopa Yenu, and no pan yen, na a Brahma berbo ye Jumayi, Sanya Baya, a bit me and yam a Jania woody, and sissing Pijanimo, a you moving see.
And no, I'm a brabo can't
Ubenya Live Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, ne supermarkets are a bell. So what do those way to up? Fresh 0244 06 8447. Live Kid, wow bread war, wow nipedia. A drew ye any mapping for a ma emma or man for, ne for our 1 year in fear to me. FDA JD Kratui Atum.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
So welcome back from that commercial break. You're still watching Inside Politics on TVXYZ and of course live on Power 97.9 FM. Enche mapam fo betena se na ye din komo twetwe no ahihye so ewo ho. Baranse no wo betena se na ankasa no. And the His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana Deshima Kuma Kodua wotwe 18 envoys and as ambassadors na ya bobo won di no ne ena wodi won dibia nankasa ahye won sem se won nko enkosi oman no anan one respective countries won ere ekono so djumadi no ekoso seat of government and as a presidency Jubilee House yenko ni nkotie se na sem no sifa koy.
Our foreign policy has always been anchored on enduring principles: Pan-Africanism, peaceful coexistence, self-determination, and the pursuit of justice and equity in world affairs. Yet today's world demands diplomacy that is also agile, that is innovative and purposeful. Global shifts in geopolitics, economics, and technology require Ghana not only to respond, but also to actively shape trends in ways that benefit our people. I therefore expect you to be vanguards of Ghana's economic diplomacy. Let your missions become dynamic hubs of export promotion, investment attraction, tourism marketing, innovative change, and diaspora mobilization. Carry Ghana's story to the world, not just as a beacon of democracy and stability, but also as a land of opportunity, open for business, embracing technology, and committed to partnerships that deliver prosperity for our youth and dignity for our working class. Your responsibilities go beyond representation. They also require strong leadership and sound administration. Your staff must be guided with fairness, respect, and a sense of shared purpose. The image of Ghana abroad is not only shaped by what you say, but also how you manage, serve, and uphold the dignity of every Ghanaian citizen that is under your care. Integrity must be your watchword. The Public Financial Management Act and all relevant regulations must guide your stewardship of public resources that are put in your care. I urge you to guard the public purse with diligence and ensure that efficiency, service, and ethical governance, the very values we're entrenching at home, shine through in every mission abroad. Let me be emphatic. Ghana cannot continue spending a staggering more than $15 million every year on renting properties abroad for our diplomatic use. This is not a judicious use of taxpayers' resources, and the reset agenda requires an immediate reversal of this trend. And that is why Cabinet has promptly approved the STRIDE initiative. And STRIDE refers to the strategic transition from rental to developing our own properties. I've tasked the Ministers for Foreign Affairs and Finance to work urgently to resolve this long-standing challenge. From my latest briefing, a transaction advisor has been appointed, standard designs are being developed, and funding mechanisms are already being negotiated. This decisive shift will ensure that our missions abroad are housed in properties that are owned by the Republic, reducing wasteful expenditure while safeguarding Ghana's dignity on the international stage. Distinguished envoys, the research agenda is a shared enterprise. Success depends on close coordination between the missions abroad, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and all ministries, departments, and government agencies. It also depends on how well we engage the private sector, civil society, and our dynamic Ghanaian diaspora abroad. As you assume this noble mandate, remember that your service is not for yourself, but for country and God. Serve with humility, courage, and excellence. May your tenure bring renewed favor to Ghana, progress to our people, and dignity to every Ghanaian, both at home and abroad. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I wish you well in your assignments. You carry with you the hopes of a nation. May your service strengthen Ghana's standing, advance our interests, and deepen the dividends of democracy and development for our people.
Eti we Ghana man panyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene dey erodi nsemitu gwa ewo Jubilee House nti o se mu amore ko no nyina no mun kai na mun hye no sise mu rekwa kosom mun man enefe onyankropon nti mun fa enkosom emfa mayen na bibia nkoso ye nefe Ghana abang anamusi bia ya moreko ni nyina no abang area nhihye se enkobasa fibiara ye be sensika na en ahwehwe se sa honom no ye be han ne mom abang atu anamon se sa bia ye honom amoriko ni nyina no ebeba be ye government of Ghana property ankasa John Dramani Mahama jo wie sa no Ora Victor Smith no okosi yang anan wo US ejina ni nuanum nyina anan ehye bosi bra woriko no wobekwa kosom Victor Smith ni sem ni bini.
It is with profound gratitude, humility, and a sense of responsibility that I mount this rostrum to respond to His Excellency's remarks on behalf of my esteemed colleagues who have been nominated and appointed by our revered President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I am acutely aware that this privilege does not belong solely to me, but it is a reflection of the collective trust, hope, and expectations placed in our diplomatic missions by the good people of Ghana, who we represent, and the nations with whom we seek to promote our national interests, particularly at a time that some pundits define the world as quote and unquote wild and unruly. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we graciously accept the immense honor of serving. We are extremely grateful for the trust and confidence reposed in us, and sincerely acknowledge this responsibility with deep loyalty and duty. This ceremony is a moment not only of personal pride, but a moment for reaffirming our shared commitment to the ideals of diplomacy. A number of us commissioned here today were deep in the trenches with Their Excellencies, Mr. President and Madam Vice President, throughout the relentless campaign with an unwavering resolve to garner national support to be given a renewed mandate to rescue our nation from the abyss. To my colleague ambassadors and high commissioners, and indeed all appointees in President Mahama's government, let us focus on our leader's vision and chart a course of selfless leadership wherever we may find ourselves. We cannot, and indeed we dare not, fail the good people of Ghana. Our guiding principle should always be Ghana first. May the good Lord sustain us all and bless us with long life and good health. Your Excellency, Mr. President, thank you once again for this extraordinary honor. Our families and friends are equally very grateful to you. May we always work together to build a promising and a peaceful future for generations to come. Amen.
Eti we ya Victor Smith oye Ghana na musinia oreko eye US abrochi mangmo ono ojine musa eda ura John Dramani Mahama Ghana president asese odise dibia asha wonten no wo hye ne bosi wo bekwa koso wo besom man Ghana fo wo besom na bribia koso ye yeda na CP ewo ehorom na Ghana for ansana eye akwati by election obeba so na nche me introduce me guest me no won ebe twetwe enkomo ofan ye adruse but ora Michael Ochiribefi, former Chief Executive Officer, Free Zones Authority. Making Michelle and area bray. Says, only me, Pamisu minimum. Kufo radio de Yenani Gori woho. Oh, so die area muhono, so kai. So nim se minimum, so name me. Yeshia ni Shazu fearful. Now, before the election, Okojina Kwetia granting interview to GH1 and then to United Television and other platforms. Pledging didn't say kuku say one NPP fo if they don't win the Akwetia by election now or be resigning as a member of parliament. Hey Mickey ukaza sem ni we na mikacha mini Augustine yeni Augustine osi yanga na wo ka kire say the assembly ke jai because unti Akwetia Augustine ti Akwetia ukase we na Augustine ka kire say jai ni assembly ke no na Akwetia kosuru bafema NDC will win the elections. Miki say debi okay Mika say no grant interview to Ibrahim of GH1 obisa say honorable Ibrahim so no parliament asem okay ujedi u say obey integrity no ewe hifa Michael Ochiribefi where is your integrity? Do you have one? I said the whole NPP, the political party called the NPP, no. One, they don't have credibility. Two, the word called integrity, they don't have. Three, the word lies. Acquisition pro. Yenin trosa. Oh, only be. The 1992 constitution you say 2 menu wogana funsem. Yena 2 menu kra yena ye betchera nipa obey abedi yen so obey mampanyin anaso obey mrashe begoni. Then you are somewhere and interestingly enyawo unti ho no mususo uvotin suni ho yente Michael Ochiribefi ni emra
Sakotia sit no me Kenyan kopo amesom no eme muda ebe mu say I'm talking as a politician and as also as a citizen of Eastern region. This seat will not go.
Yeah, said I can't kokodro so
me say me catch you say
fair manner na
me catch you me say we will go into the elections. NDC everybody you better talk about the win elections because it's here.
Okay.
And as I see to be able to say seat say the way seat ye di akoma pa koye nkofo bi di mu asem ene sebi into some time sebi ka fa che sebi sebi
utumi ka sebi ni atem
sebi nkwasi asem on betra ho ebe ye obi anti bi anka he asofo nyans afo ne nkofo mo Ghana hanti bi anka do etu na happen we are going into elections with a strategy. We are going into the elections with a very clear mindset and your vision as a party. The case. But I'm telling you, me say, Nyangopo was no dance for a former dance for MPP will not sit down for anybody to take that seat from us. Me say, I'm just a mechanic for actually. Me say, a vote any dictate. MPP. I'm a seat to record.
Me say.
MPP will not sit down. Say, sit renko.
It's baba. Mokoye no NDC for beto aba more than monko
NDC for beto aba more don't say sabi kafache bio sabi kafache omesa ruffians the rascals any irresponsible people are sabi kafache nyense mo ntu ade aba ho dem ni gwasem
sisan
but edu hot ma yen MPP for
so the people call
yeah you can say we are not like that is not in our DNA yeah bag Ghana no won say ya kuda one say yakuni pada one say obi omadu for yakuni da these are people who are so wicked, treacherous. They are so demonized to the extent because I been born any working Sunday koi or meant to be the kind of chiza ko jokum. That's how they say they're very intolerant. Political parties are very intolerant.
Last one
the kind of Ejuma with the backbench. We are not even doing that. The backbench. And the ministers. It's been baby. No more than that. These guys,
parliament as someone.
So I'm just saying, a very intolerant political party. Political party are very intolerant. I'm very irresponsible.
Michael Ochiribefi. Oh, I was so by here to Abano and I know. Na people so bizarre me say na kura MPP fu no he na bi say wodi wa kangura when you very man so oh masa wudu kura mu sumani za mai bi kakra so far so come mu ha yo we o ye na gig na mu trans man MPP and NDC and mu me say abanu kura yan to we Michael Ochiribefi no ni akwatia me wo ho me tna akwatia so na defa na bedroom kran na Michael didn't work in onya berima Michael every year so say dey buka mu no wa ba I apologize to Ghanaians I didn't make any na egori keke we only credibility mu fana some kran to baby kran yete Ghana for higher inside politics on TVXYZ and on Power 97.9 FM we only bibia mamuntie no Ora Dennis Kwame Ofori Esiedu Esquire or national communication team member Adema NDC Amanyoko no on Muhammad Shamsuddin or no so former Ayebono East Secretary Adema NDC Amanyoko no wong and I mean one ba twitwin komo sabre kopim say eye nonsia ebebo but answer na me ni won be fiase mema won ajo ana mema won aha na nyefin komo twitwe no ase no mame kwa victory garlic mixture edu papa no ya ho asembisima enum sima duntem na yemra sisia
victory garlic mixture me paucho edro we yedi ho nkomo wie na se okopa bi ato okwane akacho se victory no enkofo tuaguso ama asa enti abi wo hanom a ene ne ye adwuma pa ka kire nipa no se wo de wo pe victory garlic mixture ene enkomodie ne be scientific akra enu nti no sabefa wa cho dua ene book a na me no wasuan ba ka to se ya wada bia no ebra ye bo victory garlic mixture ho de roni yesa so ye suan de me be se me ka to se ye betena anu bia no a ye be ye apomuden ho enchirechire kakra enne obi be bi sam se ebe no ko fokwa hye ombisa ne se edro ba ko mo ka enyare wa bebre a etimi esa enne be se me kire wade anti a victory garlic mixture etimi bro mo jatimi defu sane wo nipadua Metro de kwa fasuntia victory garlic mixture uyo bia wonase etatai wana wonsa ayo titiriti wo hono mo ase wo hono ma udidi na ahya wobo obi wo ma ne kase ho na nani baako woso saa me chewa de baako a ekyere wo se unya do victory garlic mixture etimi sasanya da wa wenyi nada ma me sha se mfi enoma wodo a de ye victory garlic mixture oda for tie me ade baako oba Ghana ha na ebibremu ne amama wodwa wo so a ya dwene enko so ne se ye didie ya pomoden your health is your diet enunti enipadua ne wo honom no a ehia enuanenu awoduo bi si ye ka bibi se enuanenu a eye eduru a obo ade de ase enuanimu a enye obi na de ko hyemu na mbo onyankopɔ nyansabo akwa ebo enuane atosodie no na eka ho dada enunti no eduane bi a wudie bi aso wonfasodie a wodo ebo nipadua no victory garlic mixture ade baako edimu ntintima eye garlic eye ade baako a ekita vitamin C na sa vitamin C ya o garlic mu a se koni padua no mu a ebo ma immune system no enya apomodene se de be ya nipadua no ebetimi akoatia enyarewa wodu a pese ba nipadua no mu enu nti se unu victory garlic mixture draw ya meba wo de roma we bia ebe ebo ma immune system no enya hodene pa se de be ya ebetimi agba ho ban every enyarewa wodu obi wo hono ma immune system no are very weak makacho se wudi every 30 40 focus ra draw we mema ebi empa ho da eye victory garlic mixture unya se immune system no se na ho ode aba fam a ebetimi akọ nipadua no na akọ kenya immune system no na ho ode no aba esipi na esita se da be ya opom de nso betimi esipi na esita afenso garlic ekita de be efen alison de bia me catch you say infection bia wenya chlamydia wenya gonorrhea wenya syphilis uyo oba wenya ndamu yare uyo oba wenya ndamu yare uyo oba ezifite bi esa egugu wo hon ma beyi sebe wo pant na se enya bi gugu ma weni enye ho uyo oba uye bema wenya infection biada per victory garlic mixture tie me wenya infection na se wen treat ni yia down come betimi ama weni yade obi wo hon mu a gonorrhea enya no wen treat ni yie obi wa white enya no wen treat ni yie infection biara wanya no per victory garlic mixture do ni bi na sha sha wo no no said ye be ya chemical bia na se bacteria bia na fungi bia afa akoni padua mu a ekofa yarewa ne brae no menja ne woni padua mu anya saa dan kwama bi ode ani yade na bebrew na saa garlic ekita alison ya yeka ho asam eye compound ba ko ekoni padua mu a ma chemical biara virus biara ho ode mba from bacteria biara ebre na ho ode no ase se de be ya wapomodi ebe CP na sita minu mienu di ho dance ye se ene enuane a ye di no ye enuane atosode awodo no chemicals awodo edi guso no eka wo biem ene enyarewa adoso enu nti victory garlic mixture do ye bo hu de ye dro bia obi bia pedro we bi no esanse se wonu medro ya chemical biara ko ni padua no se afa eduane a wodi ye mu ena ko market sa enam awodo e ma menom ebi mu preserve emu de formalin ena wo mu de preserve enam ni bia allegedly enu nti ye catch yourself enam chemicals awodo edigu enuane so ye digu ye number ye so amayare wa adoso per victory garlic mixture do we bi na sha wo no se na be ya chemical bia ko ni padua no sa afa ensuom sa afa aduane mu ana afa mframa ko ni padua no mu sa edro ko ni padua no mu a chemical biara be fa ne nyoma afi ni padua no mu apomode ACP na asita ekita magnesium esanso ekita potassium sa meno amabodi ya mecha wi se ekọ ni padua no mu a ebo regulate your blood and sugar level anything na me say uyo obi a wo diabetes or pressure enye da ne da nyina ye catch you say wonu victory garlic mixture na say wo diabetes or pressure per victory garlic mixture ununum bia esan magnesium any potassium component na ewo monenti no ebebu regulate your blood and sugar level no the amount obi wonu ma enduo no wanuma enko wanom to so san sem wonom no magnesium components enko ni padwanum potassium components enko ni padwanum anything that doctor Mwakwatena se hunu sem victory garlic mixture adura woni mo bi o diabetes or pressure me si pedro bi fama ne keke na obeda wase afen so me ba me nuanom emma no so wo oba we feature comment say wo menses no eba na enu nansa na atwa obu won mo se nansa me menses no emmeyie per victory garlic mixture do ni bi eya moja mo adwuma ebe ma moja na ebia akota fa ko a emma wo menses ni meyie ni nyina no ebeba awieye obi wo no so a onya ne menses a obi a wo fidie no mu nyina bete ne nka menstrual pain of femu anyasem ketwa obobena ontimi nkwa adwuma ontimi nidi se unya menstrual disorder ana menstrual pain per victory garlic mixture mesra ukoto adro na ka kire nipa ne se o per victory garlic mixture adro no a ye de garlic nyanka ene ewo e de afra chemical bia enka ho ye mfa preservative bia enwu mu ene nti unum a nyahototo se ebetimi abom apomode asipi na sita maka cho se metimi de mensa du ne mena aka wasi mebo se victory garlic mixture adansi ankofo edie no ebo adwe no entiase so eno adami kopie mu o Madina na medu Madina pharmacy shop bako apane hu mi wasimi nua be mam victory garlic mixture eduru anu mo ensoto na nipa na beto ni nyina de ko o ba so no ka kise wo mo se eni eduru we ya pa wo so mo mpe wo mo dia ye victory garlic mixture enu bi na wono ma ebetimi abo sa kwan no eso uyo bia we fu akese bebre doctor actually se wenya eye meche cholesterol se we fu akese bebre me pacho lemon ya de ba ko ye ye victory garlic mixture ekita component bia ye friend soluble fiber na soluble fiber e ko ni padwamu e brano a eboa e reduce nipa okese ene nti obi wo ma fu akese bebre we fu ni size and akese obi wa e fat anadwodidie ni nyina e ka ho bi yesin victory garlic mixture do ni bi fesi won chana no se de be ya ebetimi abom apomoden ACP na sita uyo droba ni tie mem uyo obi a wo ya atenase adwuma uye ejaso adwuma ana uye ewiaso adwuma e wona se wonti nu atwetwom obu wonu mu a wo na se ni nipaduanum ehhehye no inflammation me so per victory garlic mixture do ni bi na no efie na wo cha se wo no mu a enkosi na wo twebe se ne wo de nase ema ye se ya boa mo so apomoden ACP na sita uye bema uye oba ana uye obi a papa panimu bi ade ba ko ha no se odwonso na edutwa sisi odwonso na ne diso kwan mu na eye ne ya obi dwonso na echire hyehye no obi wo odwonso eba enkakra pieces kakra bia na odwonso ewe embama ne nsi na sa babiom mesi per victory garlic mixture no libra no ennuane nwa wo dru wo mu no bebo se de be ya odwonso twa no mu oha bia ba mu bia no ni nyina betimi akọ wo so wanya apomudere mapa na waka se ye wadro na ye wo adro obi wo no mana koma ebo ne periperi oya bi kakra bia na wabre dwumade kuma bi na wabre enkane no na wotimi ye adwuma ma wa hu se adwuma na wuye sesi a bi kakra bia na wabre obi won ma moja entimi pompi ye nkwa akoma no ka ho enu nti per victory garlic mixture no ni bi na no se de be ya won so ebetimi abo se de be akoma no ebetimi abo na abo normal wo ho no ma untimi ni diye obi wa ye ne kase anajo onfa na nkona ni da ade ache no na afiansa na opese woda per victory garlic mixture obi a wontimi na unum victory garlic mixture edro no a ekita vitamin B6 ekita soluble fiber ekita magnesium potassium phosphorus we nyina ye nuane nua wodu ekọ ni padwam a eboma ni padwan nya hodin ACP na esanso esita eni ntimi ka cho se sia no utie mia per victory garlic mixture edro ni nie ma me papa wo fie wo se obi wo hono mu a wadi ni fie ekọ nanim edro we se pa ho de se enuanu na wodu ewo mu no ehia se ekọ ni padwan mu ebra no na aboa mu apomoden ACP na asita eho na wo nase atata eho na wo nse onsa ayo titiriti obi wo obeda be sori bia na ne nsa ayo titiriti ma me papa se edwowa memma wadwene emfiri so se se yade bi na ebo won kaye no yade bia eba ni padwam a eden kaibo bi bre ni padwanum ye we bre hon ma ya dwen enkosa enkaibo no so ewo na wonsa ayo titiriti wo se na wonase atatai wodo wonsa esi wonan so mo se na akotom ma me papa menua ba ma po hu modern se am no kase obepe edro victory garlic mixture bebe eto edro bia da wo Ghana ha wo de odru ho a wo se ope victory garlic mixture ana say we a pharmacy shop we be a to draw license chemical shop obe dodo to ato obe bi ato obe se oni endi enkomo so abefre 0242 54 56 33 0242 54 56 33 and I said 020 129 3280. Your numbers you know and the Juma or ya so ye mixture a victory garlic mixture. Victory garlic mixture. O be a infection be a numbi, o menses and be ya nunumbi. O be a uso chano or so a bankumakuma numbi. Infection be how also numbi. Before I can say we cholesterol how numbi. What diabetes or pressure num victory garlic mixture. A bebo asakwa so. A 1 hour na sia time. On sa etayo titi. Per victory garlic mixture and when you know would be a woman no ebe boama wons when ya pomodema pa na won dia sida e dia man se dia foforo e dia sida eni kabia wo mo e de emaye no eno ti awia we me catch yourself ukwa Kings Walk Heba obenya bi wo no wato PFA pharmacy udu obenya bi na wonso wato Habe pharmacy Kolinak enso obenya Misty Heba udu ono mo a obenya bi na wato to Ghana Habe bibia ye ton aduro bia da every enkran kuma seta kwade sunya ne ba bibia da udru ono ma wose wope victory garlic mixture pebina no nom se de be ya wapomoden ebe sipi na sita moja be dia fusani e woni padwanum ebe boa ohu ni padwanum aka che ose wo ho no mu akokro woni padwanu emu ade ba ko a oba Ghana ya adwene nkoso no se ye didi ko ni padwanum ebra no nanso ye hohu ye ni padwam oda se ni bia ho ni padwam no de bia onya apomden mapa eno tinum bongo modene se ebra no oba ohu ni padwanum se de be ya wuntini mu esisi chemical bia ko ni padwanum ni nyina betimi aba abonten apomden asipi na asita ene wi nyumem do besi ya na mama numbers no ebium o frɛ numbers no a doctor Mwako ene apomden enim di form mo biom no bedi nkomo de ha obi afato yanim edo we de opa bitum a unu wu da ebi sida ene ti 0242 54 56 33 and I said 020 129 3280 victory garlic mixture o de akwa you say oh we ni adwuma pe catch and say wo de dia wonim eye victory garlic mixture ebebo mo apomodem SCPS tata buso ni nyina da momfa mo ho ento victory garlic mixture so na be hunu say ye wadro bi ho no mo a ebo mo apomodem SCP na esita ene wi anwumre aha ene du be da se na ye be sanso ehia
Yada CP so they will say me abraye aha TVXYZ Tele Power 97.9 FM inside politics within the Akora Kofi Darko and mitinemu ama Mugabe Mase the capacity level man ofo yenga drusino lawyer ni mapa Dennis Ofori Esquire enanu bi shawo kono bi mu ga Akora se ya bo mi samran sa o se Akora sa me hu ni bi me na wa ba ha tiene ya baby bia wa ha NFA Shamsuddin former secretary Ndisa Monyokuno Bunu Mantem Bunu East empanye fo mi mamu ajo mama ha mama okaba joso bibia boko de
nyame adom bibia e boko ne mu wasam na okan ne nya nokre
den ase na me
nya nokre se ye Akora
se na se last year no guys
kan bia year bibia sisi so bibia dance se bibia sisi me fa kwanye na me ma nua kuma King Nicholas
ya
minim se oni ha efise oboabo ne hona ya Akora ne papa chi mimi na ya
amusi microphone ma position yes na bia uni na ombeti ye
ayo mimi da ye
ya Saturday we ya
enti efi ha
ene Thursday ochina
Friday ebe bobo ye hona ya koni nyina ya koboa no ne ya Akora chi
sa
enti minu amhwe enim
okay
den ha ye beba na ne ebetimi aye de aboa no ya be ye
okay Samsudin boko de
nyame adom onyankopon ene ade ni yie papa ma meso mema menua Ken
okay
muze na no na sha se di adwuma wo sunyan nyina ampa atam na e bronga hafo
ya asana ye chichewu
na aja ye ko pe be na e bo ida na omuso atwaso ho anya me de na be pi mu ha no enti eguso edi nso so
me man yako ɛna me kurom chief imam so nyame ato ne nsa afrɛ no nti on the 27th no yɛbɛkɔ akɔsi chief imam foforɔ ɛwɔ ate the whole district municipal chief imam nti ɔmo so abusuafo no nyinaa no ma obi biara ɛyɛ yɛakɔ
okay me da say answer na be free and come twetwe no ase no breaking news bi and as reforms bi ayen anyama ne boy nye free attorney general department was say to Ghana ahwefo na tiefo nyina so wo mu hu bi this a legal education reforms government no o say or the Ariba until this is from the office of Deputy Attorney General, Justice Srimsai, new officer, or the Abounty, and then also key reforms. A woman person we legal education more. General Legal Council no will no longer regulate legal education in Ghana. And then the TOSU 2, secondly, no, universities will be accredited to run professional law courses. And also, if existing university will also be permitted to teach some professional law courses as part of LLB. Nina ya reforms are. One say one more ever running no ebi. The toso fifth one National Bar Council no will administer bar exams. LFA Ghana School of Law may run posts, core programs or serve as a training facility for state prosecutors. These are reforms are abangise or the Ariba young legal education no emo ne fe current stage awon akodu no attorney general currently no and all review sa bill enyina and amount 2 our better so be to second step no as the bill to be submitted to cabinet for consideration in October this year 2025, which means next month and on be submitting at the cabinet no almost one no one consider at the and then the bill will then be sent to Parliament or the Beko Parliament for possible implementation next year. It's a Parliament a bill need to this year and then next year no obe implementi sa bill na tumi abayemra ewo yemma munti nia every aban lawyer panyin natnai Ministry of Justice and Attorney General, specifically Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Srimsai Akachia Ode Abania yede amayengeti funefe ahwefo enti no so ho amanebo eni enti yemfa no so na menko impanyefo enti mami starting very free Ura Muhammad Shamsuddin Akachi. First of all your questioner ye pese ye bisa eni say uhwe commenter the former Chief Justice Sophia Ekufo oye a Council of State member. What's why I say omukokwemu omuko na omuko sijina bi omuko bopo bia oma bonten emeka ho asem anaso onko contrary to nia obeka no na ene onukro ya asen aba ebechem say the process won afaso ya bepimi ne na former CJ Justice Eraba Esaba tokono won yi na fi ho no onne abanga na president nya adwene ewo ho no. What do you make of it?
Medase ne dikan mamenchia wahwefo mo manya daje bunu istifo a mo hwe jumadiwe oh say the former Chief Justice Justice Sophia Ekufu sankrofo yakama semu yakan yo yakan sankrofo yasem but minim lawyer enti mami we former Chief Justice for no ono nko na aka na say omu before no na aka former Chief Justice for no before na aka na because the day I appointed mami we I said say the conduct of this woman is absolutely unacceptable. Tama Oye Chief Justice toward skewing the wheel of justice to one particular political party, MPP. I'm telling you on authority. Because former Chief Justice Sophia Kufu, the conduct, I'm talking about the conduct, not the personality. The conduct as a Chief Justice. MPP need you, won't you. That is why we NDC must be very careful dealing with MPP. We must be very, very careful dealing with MPP. Eh? Obi a MPP ni. And now me no kase. And conform bebre shisha baby. Some of the agencies. Ah, we MPP for mugusu shaho. Ah, NDC for and nam wa sebi yan appointee wo mo munya aduma nye. But so because MPP ni untimi sisa na mani nye you. But so bi be kase wo mo so mo ye Ghana for. Ah, almost ye Ghana for, but NDC for so ye Ghana for. Until whenever there's an opportunity, because MPP ni untimi sisa na mani nye ye da in 2017. Who was the Chief Justice? Emra ye clear faceless petition against Charlotte Osei. Who was the Chief Justice?
That's Sophia Kufu.
Catch them say Sophia Kufu.
Sophia Kufu.
Sophia Kufu na Chief Justice. Ena facelessly obi clear petition. Ye nim nipa na o clear petition no. Nipa na o tena say clear petition no di tia eye Charlotte Osei samre no. Ye nim no. Nana Akufo do so petition wey di koma eye Sophia Kufu. Dey na oyeye. Osomu wa misa se petition wey himfa for na de ba yo. Wa misa se petition wey free info. Wa misa ofri asia na setting committee no ma committee no ye eye petition no ho adwuma eko wi asire ye yi eye ye fra ne sen Charlotte say efri ho. Charlotte say ye no free ho ye say procurement breaches. That procurement na ne ama oko 276 constituencies no. Every electoral commission will new office. Every electoral commission our new office. Our all the 276 constituencies our Ghana. After some procurement breaches. Yes. That is the fruit of the labor of her Enioma Waye. Charlotte say sad dia no na dia yi na furo no. Wo Sophia Kufu. Wo na wo je sa petition no. E na wo de ma eye your friend saying what do you call it? Bejokuo so omunye nhwehwemu. Omunye nhwehwemu wie ye no omo se maame no wodi fo. And ye yi na di ya. You understand? Ye yi ni di ya no, ya ono ni dia no kra no. It was not clearly even the witnesses ye frɛ wo on Charlotte Osei case no kra no were not known. Omo kra ni nim omo faceless ye nim omo. Now come here. When they were determining the prima facie case, ya try obi a try petition. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama omo ma try petition atia eye toko no no. Obi ani momo. Anamewa. Everybody knows. Obi ani say asumasi omo na try krata e de come president say eye de waye enye. Article 146 stated clearly say stated misbehavior and I say incompetency. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama saw petition no. Ena or ye de was or ye emran say on fan koma eye Council of State. Council of State no na Sophia Kufu ka ho bi. Out of nipa 30 onun kwa say sebi there is no any prima facie evidence in that particular document John Mahama de Breno. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de Breno. Nipa 29 no lawyer for nim. A lawyer for ahemfu nim. Ahemfu akesia from northern region almost across board. You understand? Eka sa your friends and Council of State so for Akufu e wo nyansa chen ahemfu ni nyina. So for Akufu former Chief Justice e wo nyansa chen sa lawyer for no enyina omo so no. O nyansa chen educationist omo sua de yeyi omo ediaba. There are some representatives of the regions, various regions. Some of them are reputable individuals. Some of them are businessmen. Nipa 29 we nyina no so for Akufu say ono wo nyansa chen wo mo. You understand? And the eno no kwadanche majority of the Council of State adiatum say there's a prima facie. Says nsamna amount for the beto woman etwegu krata so omunye faceless. Edibe ma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say yenhwe eye mame eye araba tokonu. Ni nyuma dia wodi ewo eye your friend saying Chief Justice as a Chief Justice no why nneoma ba ku mienu a ensem fata omo se prima facie ewo ho omo de man His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama atwa so SRT committee. You understand? This committee gave her a fair hearing. They did.
Yeah.
They gave a fair hearing. And the 13 witnesses. 13 witnesses. About now, committee committee report is almost over 1,000 pages. The report of the committee is over 1,000 witnesses. Now, it's almost 10,000 pages. Witnesses, nipa 13. And these 13 witnesses went on. It's not like what happened.
That's when we did and this other one I buy no more.
So you understand? Say, sa committee we adi omujuma wie. Omudi omujuma wie no say dabi. Ohwa nsama ya tete every nipa 13 now omabetina yanim as witnesses to the petitioner no. Nsama omu kan ye any eye just to kono wono so obetina yanim ne nsama a wokan no de e kire say eye no kre wadi Ghana dream e was sa ansam mu. What the president has nothing to do than to issue the letter and indicate say it's indeed a was of you. You understand?
Okay.
Afei, Sir President Mahama Araba to kono yang on free wa. And the judicial system in this country will come to it news.
Oh yes.
Amen. Make a chero. It would have come to it news. And ebe bunko to get because Enka, the woman was virtually turning the judicial system into a political arena.
Why? I don't know, a politician.
Oh yes. How on earth do you tell president to say, me person your appointment, lawyer? So okay. No more me person assume anyway, any obenti. Or more than person appoint woman. Why? What is your interest?
Not those individuals.
That is not the law.
Not those individuals. And yes,
that is not the law. Lawyer, is that the law? So who now betre? Who as Chief Justice? Who now betre say me pe asumasi, me pe obente, me pe nipa A, me pe nipa B. Omo na won appoint omo na omo mra. Embe fele vacancy at the what do you call it, Supreme Court, right?
Supreme Court bench.
You understand? It is not done anywhere. You understand? And in where and I say and look at this. A Chief Justice who sat down on a petition from the MPP just within an hour constitute a bench and sat down on the case and dealt with the case. Meanwhile, there is another case in relation to that. And no other well, whatever you can call it, whatever. You understand? And you know, it clearly shows say Nini yanin kwaya of us Nyoma Supreme Court. You understand? It is inconsistent with the behavior of any reputable Chief Justice, and what's your friend a reputable Chief Justice. But nonetheless, this is not what we are talking about. The law is the law. Emrano.
Yeah.
Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution explicitly stated what should be done in this matter.
Okay.
Unless, of course, say, Omo Kachira say, Udi Mraswa Ebony Awagana. Unless, of course, say, so far Kufu Kachira say, Udi Mra Eye Juma Awagana ha. Every neko Ayabone, Omume who say Ayabone. Every neko who say, okay, if that is the case, every neko president be or them Rabbi Jumano Ayabone. Because Antisa, meaning why you should refer to the what do you call it, the remover as the rig moral or what does she calls it? Very unfortunate for any right thinking individual to make a statement of that sort in relation to this particular petition. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ayehunwajuma.
Okay.
And in America say MPP need the own to Sano.
Okay.
Where MPP ni or MPP ni Oya Nedaya Fanoko Tupumu na you know and Rollins catches we should not underestimate them.
Okay,
you understand?
Me that say where Ayora Muhammad Shamsuddin or former secretary Emma Endi Samonyukuno ewa Buno East Importem ena mote nenka ewa inside politics no lawyer Nimapa Dennis Oforia Square ewa council where the mutiem
where they no family okay,
so the question is that Madam Sophia Kufo as a council of state member munyina makotena se na asemi by mabopol se weni the wom muna mu ya lawyer fo den na mra ne kire and nia waye no entia soya oswadi kire nso beka no kware efe niam bi wo hwa ni nkwa so obeka wabonten a wabeka entia mra no
na we twantro so ntwantro ono na dwen you see on sema yete ya kan nyina and can decisions na ye take ama on man hu ya dwenkyere nti ono ne waka bia ya dwenkyere
na dwen
we eno ne efre no afie kyire abofo no
okay
afie wie eno no still wote ho na ne bofo no na unim ati ne ode dokono ba afie no ono na de once na ba me bwa
no kware
ono te ne baby no bi ko bisade say decision na ya take ya dey dismiss mame no na dream won anything question bi o ha yebusa no samre na yebusa question na unse da ni hu idea biasa di yebusa no na wo so
no se da ni hu na se o ke bi keke
o se da ni hu idea papa bia
o je di sam
o da bi ni hu idea papa bia unse ade no ne dikan no ekoba say Oba Chief Justice Oba ena asem na to no nti naturally Oba de ode obanya emotions ne tema obanya tema bi ama ne nyonko Oba especially onu efiri ho na be ma be hye ntem na Oba samba no mse I say ntoatoaso nti o hwe say sani otena mu a onye mu anije onye mu adodode ne call na wiye na nkanya ba
onu so
menya bisa nti satima no ne connection e ma connection no ewo ho ena adanse nso kire say fi asem ya hyase besi ne no ni nanamo anwatu nyina kire say she's confused about the whole issue
Sophia Kufo
nokre confused about the issue kire say ye wo benkum ene ye wo nifa enti ube decide say mijina benkum ana mijina nifa once I obeka say mi nim say mijina benkum ana mijina nifa but then you are confused
na say ohun bia ogina
ohun ba bia ogina ohun
say ogina shishishi mo so ogina de adwo
no because onimu mra no
okay
onimu ni mra na ka ena osan wote ma ne odo bi nso ma toko no nti ohun se onko mra na fa ana onko toko no fa nti say o confused nti tama ye determine prima facie no wan kase prima facie no yentimi njio yentimi nsio ena ono so ankase ye betimi asi oso ono onka ho asem to atiada first confusion no
first confusion is
confused okay because who say okokase asem no enduru babia e wo say ye determine prima facie obi anim say mama asebe no okay chief justice pa wo hu nsem we mama na kasa kra be yi ne ho ano a e kire say bibi wo ho a wo say ye hwehwemu ena so okaso say we wo say ye determine prima facie so mama be ka say mama wana me didi wo na ase kakra ma be fa yi na o ye me say nti the confusion no ko di jira ho a ena ono ankasa nso okita position no nsem nkitenkite bia ye te kire say no anso etutu anamon bia ese
we ya
ese tokonu anamontu na
okay
be hu say obi fro obi wo ekote ne board ye ni anche no na echire wu kote ni echiwa ono atiko dada no ntimi nkofrɛ so ekrofo wejani ko dada wona ukoti na yeche wono wona ntimi
koka say o si ekrofo
ntimi koka say ono so ye bi because obi am petition o evidence bi na ho a kire sa say o ya ono so ye bi
okay
nti ono de wafa no totoroto okwaduo trum okọ
ni nuano na ne ho akire
ni nuano na ne ho akire no na ni nuano so ye de na fa processes no na unze ade no ye ka say ye nya no kokoam mo memma abonten bena minimnia removed and sacked and dismissed
say removed
okay omo use remove they say if you asem dey betimi aka say sack
there o betimi aka say sack
and dey betimi aka
say remove any sack no the same thing
dey be ntimi aka say the same be minti ase minti
o ti ase no
eno ono mi huni ana ohwehwe
okay
achesade ase enya no kokoamu no obehu na I say ne onen nkrofo no ma leak information ne kakra bi ne yatete presidency na de petition be mana na wa leak petition we ne de be mana na wa leak yenim ne ana oje no de bi wonam court ha no nam eku was no nam petre rabasa
adena nya
ajegu yese ne kan no o the petitions na mi ansan
yeah
nti na say tokro no ba ko da ne nifa ba ko da nanim na ba ko da ne benkum o fa ha edi ye fa de si nanim no na sister anya abotre big yanko bi o na so ono a na ma ho kwa ma leakage ba nti ye ba ne TB o ma na kwanya krampo a so trokra beba mu ni ade sa no gusu ana na de yesi nti unim sani amra na kire no 1469 no ese se committee ne the recommendation ne ba e was a president no edis
nti committee no recommendation a won edi buy no enu super na say president no dis
omo buy no mo ka say ye hwehwe mu no boni bi enu to manesan ko chief justice nke no and was a president ne but enu so na ye ma dwendwen metu oni nyina ma dwendwen no say na mami committee ba ko face we trouble justice Poama we trouble my name Justice Edibosi me sure say near acting bafu boni
no so
what tibia man na ehun ne man
enefe Daniel Adomolovo
da be so on podi onka justices no who Supreme Court what to obi ade amano na nka mu committee ni wie so mama nyehwe inti president mama mansamra meto na ejuma so why no ne kwa go ejuma no oni bafu boni ana oni Poama ana oni Edibosi edu because fida obenya asem sa kusida ebe ka asem na si no oni ye etimi de ukọ ana etimi de uba
enti ni actions and inactions no and the chere say obetimi akọ ma na say
na say wo ba be face me unim ye nipa o yeti ye nipa ebi akra ye kan kra ebi ana me pe removed chief justice no penasem ebi ana me nya kra na nko manyi no wahu fiti abre na asem ni si enimu no o ebi ana me kra media bobo o mami na de no esa nemum fiti tama asem ni si eni ni ye ba ku mienu miensan bi a wada na di no say mami e de say ye di no bu ene yem na boy na me so mayi mi se firi nipa na ko fesi o mo nka krokro mu kakra wa un krokro mu na wu park na wo koso no already wu tutu abo park no so wu kodura anya wa na de ball na kwa ube poli atofam but wan hwe no mu nyina
etina wasanka o yeti sesabi abo akokosechi no de ni kwase aprenye nche
na nso ahomaso ne de ahomaso o sa ma me ne ade a me pɛ wɔ ne ho sɛ onimanichi bu fokin obeti be bu anichi ma wankasa wa feel good
uti no be bu anichi ma wankasa wa feel
obe bu anichi ma wankasa obe bu sa say uti we ye me de na unim me de ni nyina echi no
okay
sa asem na sie wi ye ma me Sofia
Ekufu
otini fie na ye nua be ma bi kokko bisa no se asi o na ebesi na si no so nkenti se si
na esi
o se nkenti se si na esi nti anya esi but me de wo me ma fam no wanka se ti amra o o se wo me ma fam de nkenti se si na o san bisa no mo oni pa no so ama ye hu fi a se no so we confused to wo bisa no mo no so enye so nya mfum so ti o ho na confusion second one e won o se enye so nya mfum so
okay
mfum so no ye no ensu sa etise nkiedi no
nti ho no so e confusion
na so
e nti waje to e bone wo ho
etise na o se obi akoto obi mu na mejitum za wato ne mu na mum ni be ma so nti emfa nche no ebi no
enti ne se munato na abaso
munato ne de abaso se waye mfum so no ne mum mfum so no nhye da anye kese
eti waje to se bone no wo na mum no
bone no nhye da anye bone kese
na bone bi wo ho bone bi wo ye kese
on na be ho na e kire o na eme nwa no wa aso waye I say obi akowia body oduro onwiae
ewia
obi akowia brode betem onwiae
eno nso ye kro no so ewia
police achew wachichire edrubone tumpai ba ko ehye okutokum onchew
wachirew
police achew wachiche one row ehye okutokum onchew say ye bottle say one finger
boni
echirwa aduma ne de diwadiw
I say wafuru duana wafi duano so abebo fom no bi nso asane boko abebo fom
munya mo sane so ta say ade no me problem ni say nka se ma me no nyeye na onim ahyase no na amanfo de nenam na siedu nkete akra ka se ye ba ye beyi no siedu nkete de nano na ka se obeyi no ye ba ye na mfom bi ani no ho a obi anyi no okay na ye ba ye mimi o NDC card me NDC card by remember no NDC card what is my petition
Debbie
me intro petition shamzu da troy
Debbie
obi onye NDC obi onye na unim omutini bi na unse ni di ni simple Daniel Ofori no tina ye simple I say class 6 and class 5 akola bia ni teacher ba school na Ofori Daniel no say present madam I say uncle ani bi unse za di na simple me utimi di then ni Ofori esedu emu yedu beni de na simple I say akola bi sana manfo de o mo adwen bubu ko se ye be kire oni pa oye oye obi a wabobra me sure say mami a superintendent am adwuma edinu business people wo de omo infa bone nche
enti ebi na bia ato rather than Ofori
me sure say Daniel Ofori adwuma mami na ma adwuma edinu bebre ama ehenimu ti akwanya bai no hu se petition de me jatumu a na petition no so no dosu
okay
papers no 21 name accusations no 29 or the some
papers ni 21
and some o kato ne so
29
me say some no o kato ne so no 29 nsam no ma me kire o ne nti ameka sese nka o mu kase ma me ne nya hwe on ko ba kokora e be de no nsam ni nyina dodo na fisem Daniel Ofori businessman o tini fie no running the business on Accra Central. Onye Juma or Judiciary, Onye Juma or High Court, Onye Juma or Court of Appeal, Onye Juma or Supreme Court. Just say Onye Juma Krawo, Only Nemo Samana or petition, Nefi, a fisem, inside. And this will be Bassisiano because Mugabe, I am host manager. Ewa ha omeyini hu nsem toto papa mumu bi na akoka mu na magodi konkonsa okuku sheku oni ba hu enti nsem na papa ne de bae ne enye lord kwa hu nsem nsem a ewo fie mu a chesa manfo di ya wa ache okay eno mu nyina keka kire no eno no so okeka na ye wie no hu asa akola a o yare no bewu wode no kotena doctor na yere nurse wode no kotena mo nchen kra astro obewu ombo bon mpane e kan nyina atsa no yare se den a obewu nti dokro miensa na yetutu no yesi amami ne eda na nim no kra mpo nsa miensa nko akra out of the 29 no ye tobo no kra ekunu nti ye ha ye ho sa ye den nti zam 29 miensa na yi ni hwe wo no 3 pe 3 pe Enti eja obani susun kronkron pe is direct. Netisanga direct. Ya dia mofuru ka hodi aga. Enen ka wo ye hye no kra fi omo na ne ye bufu kra se ye se osan ko. Yeah, ECOWAS. Also hwe se ECOWAS betimi aka asem na ma no because asem be no ka man. E say the same asem. Say unim. U de asem court. Na asem na de akokot no. Me na de mi akokot no. Me be ka say court na wo de me akono eni to me se otie masemo first step I was a court ni taking say o decide say o to me and I only to me that's ora lawyer ni mapa Dennis and Amotene kano TVXYZ and FA Power 97.9 FM inside politics and Jumedino Masuguso Musha yan live for TV so NFA Facebook so yeah live or TVXYZ Ghana NFA Power 979 radio so ya Power 97.9 and Muguso Amuti and Mufa mu comment no koso famre bekin kan ni nyinara de amamo me pacho mami fasida nkoma Victory Garlic Mixture wo mse menka nche se sebio mo makoma enye dwuma yi anaka kra bi na wani so brew ne ade a wo mse menka nche so won edupa no ukokan hia obenye bi ato ewo Kings Work for Akache from 020-129-3280 and 0245-0242545633 na pe edupa pe bi nato na entime emwel China Natural Herbal Hospital me bacho ehonomu omo de acupuncture ene ye adwuma acupressure no bomodin ko honum no miamia nsem no wonhwe se wapomodon nsem etiden efe massage therapy so womo be massage kama mabrebia be koso ye na won adu papa wonwo won aso honum no China Natural Herbal Hospital wom se meka cho se mo diabetes and efe high blood pressure ibi utina sikakra na onanga etititi burning sensation and efe insomnia edu anajo found me na prostate hu semsem obia bu nsa na mogya ni meya China Natural Herbal Hospital no betimi akọ pipacho won ewo pokrasi ACP Kwabenya Road ni so ha Star Oil Filling Station won echi no obutu efe ashaman so won ewo eye ajekojo Sami Eje Street ni so no won ni New Queens Court School no and they directly opposite from ewo 0244-435763 and 0243-715004 kohonum na koje ayarhwe mapa ibacha yetiti hanyinu nyina no nsu ba ko pe ne yare no mo ha X natural mineral water insunu ni we quality water hwe insunu se ne yete wankata hwe bottle na nkasa lovely sexy uhwe insunu so amuda hokro gen insu ayetunto wogana mamu hanyina na ebia ntise we nkonum insu ibi nwie ma wakoma mom so ho insu krogen X natural mineral water tie ehun asem ye simple we ukoto bi nso anebo nya den asem nwe wom ni we upa mfa nhye fridge mu unum ase ne tie anete eye nso papa ko baby biara obehu mekro mo odu ho no ma ka che won se otie ye e wo Power FM na TVXYZ so yesi brabeto bi e wo honom na se ubetumi aba ye adwuma mu ha
XYZ Broadcasting. You want number 37 Abebreze Street, Wosu, Accra. And I'll bet me a friend 059 627 3546 and 059 627 3547. X natural mineral water. Simply natural. Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. When we see Minka Chow say, a one hepatitis A, B, C, no, or one word drew a honum. If a fatty liver wounds and some, a marine man was a Minka Chow say prostate enlargement, no, a yadisa muba, but me a buamu yepa. One song a word drew be a honum, my boost immune system, no, fibroids, some NFA ulcer, more money kidney stones, no. Power si Minka Chow se bra, wabebua. One hour jirikajiri a drew a woho. A male vitality, Marimana Ebejana Yananso, and if a herbati mission a boost immune system no, baby biara yatonga drew, Ubenyabiato, but your Power Specialist Herbal Hospital, one hour and Kranhano Kwabinya, ACP Quantiponiso, Power Hospital bus stop or Ubutu Kumase or Fayasi Lake Bosun Quantiponiso, Eduya Junction, Takra Day, one hour Anaji Estate, Wabe Hatamaru Bankano, for 0244 544 442 and 0200 383 831 and 055 57 97 878. For modern to a dribi na entime na safari eco resort honum so hoya ho debia ye betumi akoho omu ye adwuma 24 hour eti modern ko honum fa wabusuafo ena ye eya ode ochina beye fida ko honum na monko gige mu ani kakrakra mu awo ho betumi ahwe won efei ensunu so ho betumi atena efrindi so na di mu cruise kama mipacho betumi ehun won na so betumi afra won 059 691 4394 and now betumi visit one website no www.safarivalleyresort.com na wakɔhwɛ wɔn nneɛma pa ni bi na oni abusamu ni nyinaa bibia ayɛ kama ɛde ama nyumaku yi afoforo bi ka ho na ɛde inside politics adwumadi ɛbrɛmo miantu asunko yɛn ani mɛsia kɔmini asam sudin akache akwatia almighty akwatia by election sisia no John Dramani Mahama minim si yɛbɛfrɛ no supremo leader wɔ maima ɛsan sɛ wanya 2/3 na wie by the NDC led by their national chairman and then the chief of staff Owura Julius Debra. Womu si akwetia o se dengo yenya akwetia mu mfama eye NPP fo. After se womu eko eboko se oh tamale central yen kontiga. Entiga womu so mu nyai akwetia mu mfama Johnson e se dunketia o se oh ye da mase se use tamale central mu nko na mu akwetia de yeba. Okoduro no ye ni sa se mu nyai se ono wo twa wonti wo. NDC fo Ebani then beginning and then the voting and then after Akwatia election.
Good.
Then and who then ubetumi aka kire.
Oh say politics no. Democracy ankasa no. The backbone of it is election.
Yeah.
About to. So what I say. And every political party biya no. You form party biya. The major aim and the main aim of every political party is to win election.
Yeah.
So what I say. And you know, as a political party, you have to be interested in an election. Incumbent on you. You understand? So yes, indeed, you lose 2024 election to NSCUMI. You understand? But a slim margin because we have 2024 now, NSCUMI winning with 19,269.
Okay.
Which is 52.82%. And your candidate no only 17,206. So fast forward no your interrogative figures on the who said in fact MPP among Yoko because NSCUMI already no enche biana sebi oye nyamede. You understand?
Yeah.
The government of the MPP did not do anything in Akwatia. Oma nya hwe 8 years no oma nhyada nya bibi papa bi amomo. You understand? And two say ya to about my excellency John Dramani Mahama wene. Oshe the gaba even in and when I to abana ya hwese nana Akufo-Addo handle ma Bawumiano ya hwe no ne hu se no gab no kra enya de so. You understand? So as a serious political party we can sit down and say yenko because we know say it's an election we are winning because excellency John Dramani Mahama bae what the new man into to from ama from info analyst Musa Dankwa ama it say almost majority of the people from Akwatia say the the country is moving in the right direction. Because we've been seeing that since 92.
Yeah.
Say his aban bi ato aban ayi aban bi. Na aban no den hihye ne ntoto ya to ho. Na san hihye ne ntoto ya no, definitely by the time na aban no be free power no, constituency bi ani wa be kwa wunya bibia. Because Excellency John Dramani Mahama ohwe ne hihye na, since 92 we've been seeing that. Wa earmark say 20% of the common fund yemfa nye continue projects. And you know there's no district or obenya reason akase enu ya develop there be John Mahama say for 20% of the sikano fire fatwa your friend say project awabeto you understand why nhihye say anya bia no by the time akwata bia be kwa ye no awie no wanya hwe no 6 classroom block de obesi so that say JHS there obesi KG there obesi church compound obesi obetu boho you understand so nhihye we ma akwatiafo hu say there be we cannot just throw our towel to the dogs. Yanto abano ye, yato abano ye, yenua bedu. Lawyer, every day with 18,199. This all results na yenya 2012 any 2024 any by election na. Yeah number increased by 993. And MPP for number decreased by 4,034. It means they are not popular again on the ground. You understand? And bono ni besi ya wase yawe South ya say akwatia by election no NDC yawe South ya say yawe awie die enu nti na wo hu say ye ba we ni election no maye o ma dwen say kwan bia so this o mo de basa yo eba ewo akwatia
because no one who say obelu
o ma hu say obelusu you understand and led by no less a person but Afenyo Markins
a minority leader and you see I've said this and I will continue and I will repeat it. Say, lawyer, the behavior of Afenyo Markins is making him to becoming a political nuisance. Yes, and one way here he will go into the records as the worst performing minority leader ever in this country because you are leading a very small, your friends say, group of people. You understand? Yes. As we come to for talking about say or kase yabeto no ha and kabeko by election. Udi. Asam na okan no ye fie NDC head your friend say party office you understand we are the occupiers lawyer and the occupiers liability you can only visit the premises if you are an invitee or licensee if you are a trespasser you cannot say yes we are invitee ya ebia ye fro say bra premises ho ne bra be adwuma be fa light she ho ana say be ye bibi man you are legally permitted to come and bibi e be to e your premises no yen the occupiers of that premises no it is the onus lie on us say duty of care say yen hwe ye say bibi anya den ento you understand eno nkoda nchen Afenyo Markins where fitani where electrician and our carpenter and to buy in this party office no ba be den you understand they told me you have to come to a premises if you are an invitee ebia it is not legally but you have the permission to be there so what you say and the young party officers omo free across board the whole country obi our NDC ni bia no odura kwatia ni fie na NDC party office and you no na invitee ohun kwan say we den because we're party nti sa nipa no say bibi to no was our premises na party for could be held responsible because sa nipa nemo no kra no mpompo no wono kra no the duty of care no lower than obi awe but we are trespasser ye unye invitee unye licensee yan frɛ wo ho ye party office ye nka se be bibia wo ho unye party ni ba wo ba ye den wo NDC party office sa wo obi fie na wan frɛw na onye invitee na onye licensee de beto bia no na wapɛ de ma ho yes your friend no contributory negligence so what you say one kasa na wa den waba so what you say winning the risk involved this is a by election and obi ani abre what do you want what do you go to the opponent office to do okopɛ de ho you understand and people should interrogate this say be a minority leader ntino wonam no chiamu kaka asanga nye bone
enka chia asanga enye yae saka encha anka enye ya sanioma we ene election day posters we bobo ha ye den sabana kesi boy they instruct his boys that time no so say we penti onam nipa di nachi you understand instructed his boys say munyi sa ne omo we mfiri ho enu nti na zo kaka say ya mbeto no because omo beto wo mo definitely there will be fisticuffs. Okay, so what I say, this is an individual who baby obeko bia no maybe a police station ba kubi ho obae kusi na me ho obae almost 15 minutes there was a halt between one any agents now mo no so what I say kusi honum no 15 minutes omo halt to your friend say election no the electoral commission decide how they set their polling station. So what I say, ballot issue a better na ha, inka better na ha. Ebia your friend say what do you call it name reference list personal also better na ha. Yeah, the screen no better ha. Ballot box no better ha. Electoral commission they decided. Yeah. Then agent most ha na better na. So you can't come from somewhere and come and tell the electoral commission say about omo ma setting no. Omo no anye ni ye na mo na unim. After say about to akoso almost 3 hours. Ufi said the NBC. So these are the people. They are me then say, "You are winning." Okay. So what I say. Okay. After winning, no, what down for now? Okay, na MCC na. I want video with so. Michael Ochibefi. Yes. So what patch wa? Onko ni nkoto bi. Na ontwa nantwie ni nwai. So what I say. Na enkan Quran. Enwu so. Na ya memfa ne bone nche no. Onko asori. Because nyesa obon hu dua. What's your Nimoja? What's your Nimoja? Any Yamia Hata Sorono? Yeah. Yeah. Adi Toso say, so Mulusu or resign. Yeah. It means that one resign, Nimoja no free. Okay. According to one, so I said, Nimoja no free no so be. Not the Minasa America. Okay. But the American say, one no Nasama Otano. So I say, you say one, so a patch or Pagana for Chodia. And ye one match chow panel and soon yameho. Okay. No more modern saying Yamia in a chow panel. Okay. And yes, I ubo dia. What this one? Also say wa onim. So I say. What? When I say cancel. Akwatia. Mami sha say free baby o she free o. Na me nche bi nua Prince Harry. Okay. Okay. Let me say demo chenchirenche bi. Baso. Demonstration Monday. Oh Kofodia. Concerned market women of Kofodia, New Job in South Constituency. They are calling. They are calling on their member of parliament to resign. You see, say Obibe Guom Hufi. Prince Henry, Prince. Where market women? Market women. They are back. Mukache Prince Ongacho, Mr. Wamu, Mr. Ah, Namu Adia to Michael Mupasa Muman. Michael over the years, no, you'll be a penance and power. They were demonstrating and I do more. Because this is not the first time. I don't know. Debbie, Mr. Prince Harry said, Prince, Mr. Mr. Prince, Mimi catch it, on catch it, I go to Fumi and is our Munko as I don't know Nanko Kanjom. Oh, so Casao, but the fool, Emma, Nona, Eti constituency. Okay. I know one who say, Edu levy. Papa iko gu ni hufi eye ni hufi poto. I say obia wanum odoka na antiti na niso na de achi no kasa e kan no poto eja to hosa okoka ne poto eja to hosa. Okay. Senia Ghana fo piano no nka sebi se emudoa ko betu ni hufu. Besan say muye hantino. One to the hufu. But say politics, be an politics in the heat of a sebi politics no sebi enye jimie egwedie. So I say. Yeah. I'm for your politics o. I'm for your politics na I'm for binzu e wo politics ni mu ansana onoba. Na 1992 yekoto aba ewie ye no samre no na aba no yeto presidential ewie ni ato parliamentary. Yeah. MPP for lose presidential no parliamentary no o man take part. Nti me fan say nkrofo a more like omo affiliated to NDC no say Eagle party ne national and omo ene koye. At the end of the day on you know yes strong as onipa oye MP no or your opposition strong no you one out of 200
one no so no yoba
okay
your friend Hawa Ogede Yakubu Samre no
the late
Samre no mama no sorry gyina ho no okasa utu wa radio so enya ni na radio abuyo Samre na radio no amasa achira Ghana radio Ghana no ko Ghana le
but say the likes of former Ablekuma West MP so mo nyina so ngani yeden
de bi nyenyo de bi nyenyo de nyo de anyansa wom so ta say Samre no we NDC ni you know we NDC na mo kan samu
ya mi say ya sem na bi sa
mo kan samu nsema no me pamoto mo mam chenche mu no tira ko amon ko ga sem na me say oh
chire
and then ya mo ye no mo ha me say Samre no we NDC ni now na mo bi da chi now to say ye man news na ebo Hawa Ogede Emrashe Bedwani Hawa Ogede Yakubus peno wagina obu agina
obetie
you want to listen to sense ope say me ho kan enya ode be san say what kan nimdie ne nyansam ntinu obegina ho etie
okay
fast forward 1996 JH Mensamu buy Samre no me former boss may so rest in peace Dr. Kobran J amu buy you know Hakma Usu Ajima buy pe onipa no say oye MP because our party from mum or kasa you want to listen because he makes sense. You even want to learn how he presents what he's saying. So I say sometimes anya no onipa ne kan kwa na uti o senia o kan fa
okay
enum nyina ne Yesu enanti sa o enya sa o madoso no keke o
enye
nimdie no bebre wo fam
the likes of Michael Ochiribefi no
wa hwe na we ye wampi na ube kan den enkoye no enkoye se na wi ase na ye no time bia obi apese emupeja
okay
ye raise bar no ye raise bar na wo na ya raise bar na kire wo no you strive harder to even raise it higher so I say be ba we there e wo suru ansa na ombe fa ye na dia na omo twi omo MP bia wu emre bi ye friend simple no e wo he was MPP New Dwame ya bibi okay from obey minister regional minister ni hu ketenkete
okay and we pay
ya ba bema
okay
ya bema onabo ya bema debi na onabo ya bema not say odum wahu wewu na say de bofre abehye na nan
me da say
enkoye na bi na me ba fa na me ba kotia no
me braso
ye jeje bu me braso ye de na braso ye
braso me ta
aso ye bro
me ta braso I have just 7 minutes more cause I can 7 minutes eti and I need to for one usima me
no say abato by election and yes by election obi bompa so obi nwu because constitution no enye owu nko an o hye o bre a se na o tiribe fi abre ya obetimi an resign
wa bre
o na so wa bre say adwene o keka bo mammo so nti obetimi an resign ye de enimdifo kakra mo MPP mo wo ho mi ne bi wo ho a wo MPP mo ono say obetimi di na begina ono no emu da ho na ye de NDC ni emu da ho akoka ho no ma pre na yi ne ye na ye de aba o brett se na ono abre na obetimi an resign eno wo ho owuo nso betimi afa ye nyina tie ye nyina emra be so ye be ko
mate
entini ukwa by election say no ye the testing grounds for 2028
entini we
no ka ho enti we ye friend testing mic
me da say mama fa dan ko Medi Moses Medi Moses on the police station ewo adentaro na right opposite wa adenta me pacho ashaman so or branch wo hinuma kokobe wo kumase so betimi akone ho friend wo 0244 068447 lift kit capsules no Medi Moses kroya no ode aba udidi na aduane timi undigest yem pacho ebebuo ye pa bi na no natimi bu a Oliver Foundation no na adwuma ye ne function na nyinara eti friend bi mo 0244 068 447 na Medimosis na drupa yi fanza mausa nkebi na bibia nkoso ye fama mo u check ube na kase menu mpene se no nsia abo kase bo bre na aso ite wo se me sorry na yedi kase bo no ebremu mo mudi mu messages abremu ni nyina medam ase Reverend Pebi yeda wase NF o many central region Jemi nyame onhira ye papa ene obi biara mudi messages abremu brenti no mintimi kinkan mu messages ni nyina sanse time no aso ani sa yedi kase bo ere ebremu mida lawyer Dennis Ofori Esiedu ase NFA Minia Mohammed Shamsuddin and also a former Bono East Secretary Edima Endi Samonyokuno Wong and a day Minuwong Etnase were discussing segment in Suma the inside politics segment Abremo Ivan Uwo Vice President Office NFA Asrafu Amuwo Bamba Funyina Muamusha messages in Yamamu by Bria Sunti Mumami Efesia meeting the Akora Kofi Darko and then Minam Betinemo Edima Mugabe Masi the capacity man Yankrupo Yaduma Ochina between 3 and 6 p.m. no inside politics ejumedi ebesanga ba wakwanso me don't want money tie enehwe me don't want
we need to make